In a world of remakes and remasters,
Are we playing for
what was once sacred and cool has now soured and become lame.
Red?
Gone are the days of pods and cowabunga. Now is the reign of slurp juice and dabs. Kids these days don't even know how bad they've got it. Now it's up to the best generation to rise to the occasion and make a show that dares to go where a lot of other nerdy shows have already gone quite a bit. That's right. They're going to talk about it a lot.
Hello and welcome to the show, everyone. This is Best Gen, where nerds complain about nerdy things, and it's called Best Gen because we're all roughly from the same generation, and we happen to think that it's the best. Not because we as people are better, but because our movies and entertainment were. So strap on in and prepare to wax nostalgic as we reminisce upon the days of yore while simultaneously complaining about the junk, the poopy movies that Hollywood is making now.
And
We've got a wonderful show to you. We've got a wonderful show for you tonight. We're joined by the Prophet of the Dragon.
Woo!
Oops, I had a button. There you go.
Yay! I don't know about Ahsoka, but there's another show that I know is garbage, so
It's okay. I'm not watching Ahsoka either, and that's why we're also joined by Jacob Ironside to argue with my brother.
Oh, yay.
And I've told them they have the first 30 minutes because we do need to move on to the Wheel of Time. There's so much to cover. This week's episode was something very, very special. And according to that first comment on the live stream, I'm just a dummy who's making money off of the show, and they clearly know nothing about my history with the show because I totally.
Where was that?
I think some of the mods might have deleted it. If you're a mod, you don't need to delete negative comments. I like leaving them as evidence for these people's
I wish
stuff.
it was there.
So, only delete comments if they're like really, really bad. But I can handle people calling me names. Yeah, they said I was a show shill who's a show detractor who's just in it for the money, which is quite ironic because I shilled for season 1. I was literally covering news weekly. I was following Rafe Judkins on Twitter and doing the breakdowns. Okay,
Hey,
there's like 4 episodes or so.
We're not making much.
We're
not making any money.
The fact that the claim is I'm just making money from making fun of the show is so ironic because my entire channel has been completely demonetized for an entire month. I haven't made a single dime off of this show.
And don't forget all the people that are just praising it. They're not getting free trips or free interviews, or they're not getting incentives.
They're not
They're not getting anything for shilling for it. But us negative people, we're in it for the money, guys. My bad. I'll shut up. This isn't Star Wars. What are we talking about?
It definitely doesn't behoove a Dragon Mount or the Dusty Wheel to be positive on the show, since that's literally the only thing their channel is dedicated to, right? They couldn't possibly benefit monetarily from being positive on the show.
No.
Just go blindly and follow. Oh, more content! Yay!
Thank you, Mark Clark, for the $5. You say it's for the Prophet, but I'm not going to give it to him.
You can't like you cannot get monetization, like so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Well, I could still get money from super chats, and
For real?
Yeah, I'm just getting zero ad money because
Oh,
I have a copyright strike, and it's been well over 10 business days. Amazon.
for real? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I'm not making money on it either. I just waste my time to tell you not to watch.
Mark Clark, you're also trying to figure out what's next to your name, and yes, it is a silver sombrero. I finally got around to customizing the membership tiers. You can see Nerdporial's got the basic new member sombrero, and it goes from regular sombrero to iron sombrero to silver to gold to to bronze to silver to gold to platinum, and then like a
sounds like a League of Legends thing.
Yeah. I used to be pretty big into League of Legends.
Yeah,
I
I'm
stopped.
still pretty big into League of Legends, but I'm still 27. I'm still I'm still in my 20s. Doesn't matter.
Yes, it's true. I'm getting wealthy, pointing out how trash the Wheel of Time is. No, I actually lost. So the Wheel of Time was my first big break on YouTube. Reacting to the trailer for the Wheel of Time got me a couple thousand views and a whole bunch of new subscribers. And I lost a bunch of those subscribers when I started being negative on the show. So
that's the irony of the whole thing. It's actually you have integrity, so you're calling it out as bad, whereas the others that are actually making money off this don't have any integrity, and they're saying it's good. So the people that are actually incentivizing are the people that are lying, and this person right here has some integrity and saw that it went to crap. It called it out. So,
yep.
Howdy.
Well, shout out to
Blackface.
Shout out to everyone who's in the chat. Nerdporial, Jacob Ironside's on the show. I don't need to shout out him. Mark Clark, wonderful channel member. If you want to become a channel member, it's 99 cents. I made it as cheap as physically possible. If you want to give me more money, there are other ways to do that. But YouTube takes way too much a percentage. So you go to Patreon if you want to give me more. That'd be nice. But yeah, you get awesome to these wonderful sombreros next to your name. And I also fixed the emoji that you hate, Mark. I replaced it with the basic sombrero. You can spam that in the chat. Bag face in the chat. SG, I haven't seen you in a while. It's great to see you back, man. Mm-hmm. And the Prophet of the Dragon. Wow, thanks for joining the chat.
You got to make it true. We got to get you some money.
Gadfly Fiction, love you, man. Rabbit, we got some wonderful Mr. Zip, some wonderful people here in the chat.
Nice.
Did Jared's? I know one Jared is supposed to be late. I haven't heard from the other Jared, but I was hoping he'd be here to defend Ahsoka.
Yeah, but he always loves to.
Yeah. I saw. Okay, we got a couple minutes to talk about Ahsoka, and then we got to move on to Wheel of Time. But David, I assume you're still. I love Star Wars too much to stop watching. David is our resident man who's living in an abusive relationship, who keeps going back, and all of his friends keep saying, David, Star Wars is beating you. Like you need to call the cops on Star Wars. And you're like, no, but I love Star Wars so much. Star Wars would never hurt me, even though he's hurt you so many times, David. Okay, I've seen you cover up the bruises. Okay, put a little makeup.
That is a
shut up. You. Okay,
surprisingly good analogy.
I love Star Wars too much to ever leave it.
Oh my god, my belly, bro, my belly.
That is how I feel.
So Jacob Ironside's here because he's actually been suffering through the show, so he can.
Oh my god,
he can talk some sense into you. This is an intervention, actually, David.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. See, I'm in the same opinion. I love Star Wars so much that I had to stop watching because it just made me sad.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Where did Star Wars touch you?
I tried to watch Obi-Wan, and that was like, I was like, oh, why did I come back for this? I
He
gotta get out of
keeps
here again.
walking into open
Hearing-
cupboard doors.
Hearing Dave Filoni is involved makes me not want to watch.
Yeah.
He's solely in charge. This is Dave Filoni's all the way.
I mean, you
Where
could watch
did
the
they
Clone
touch the
Wars
doll?
because he wasn't the sole person in charge. Now it's
Yeah.
just him.
I can't even.
Is Kevin Feige in charge of the Star Wars, or I'm just confused?
I know he's
No, Kevin
that's
Feige is
Marvel.
the Marvel boy.
The latest
I just-
episode,
he's,
for
he's
instance.
busy
Yo.
ruining Marvel right now. Yeah,
I just
you're
realized
gonna
that
have
he
time
was
for
the
it, so-
guy involved, and he's responsible as well with Jon Favreau for the Daredevil
Yeah.
movie. So now I freaking understand a little bit more of why
Which
the
movie?
current state. The Daredevil
did-
movie. Yeah, the Ben Affleck Daredevil.
John
awful
Favreau
god
did
of-
the
yes.
Daredevil
Hey,
movie.
wash your tongue.
Jon
out with
Favreau,
soap.
no,
That's a great
Jon
movie.
Favreau
No wonder
was in
you're talking
Daredevil
about.
movie, but he was producer. Kevin Feige was executive producer of the Daredevil movie.
Honestly,
That's where all the
I'd take some
they're
Daredevil
going to
movies
a
right now.
club. You know, they're going to a club, and that's where all went to.
yeah.
honestly,
Mierda.
I haven't watched it in years since I was
That
a
leather
child, but
suit is spot on.
I liked the Daredevil movie as a
So
kid.
funny. It's like watch it
I-
now.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah,
So
it's-
Oh, it's
good.
terrible.
So
It's terrible.
good, bro.
But at least
So
you can.
good.
I will say this for the movie: they liked the character.
Right.
They liked Daredevil. It was bad.
It's
But-
weird how
but-
Marvel movies were just not great back then, and it's just like you could sort of be like, well, I guess they're sort of trying. It's just like it's, I don't know.
Aged like fine wine. Yeah.
Watch
Hey.
the movie and then watch the first season of Daredevil.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Season
Oh my
one.
God.
Oh,
There's a big
Oh,
difference.
yeah,
there,
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. That's
and then watch season one, and then watch She-Hulk, and then
Yeah,
you'll
and then
wanna
you're
just
like, okay.
throw
Yeah,
up.
and then you're gonna cry.
Oh man, I can't believe they had him bang She-Hulk.
They canceled. Did they cancel the new show too? Did
No,
the
it's-
Daredevil show get
it's-
canceled?
I've heard
It's
it's
been
still
pushed
going on.
back.
I
But
don't
it
know.
will be pushed back on definitely. So there's
Yeah,
not even a date. Yeah. So
Definitely
basically,
so canceled. Sorry.
Everything's getting pushed back because of this writer's strike or whatever.
it already
Yeah.
ended though.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know, say what you will about the Elektra movie, but at least it was pleasing to look
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
Yeah.
That it was.
at. There
Will's got it. Will's got
there are
it.
several great reasons to watch that
Yes.
movie.
Yeah,
and it's
she
not
got
the
in
plot.
shape. She got in shape for that. Like she got a booty. Let's just say that a booty for that movie.
Exactly. Yeah, she makes the Daredevil movie bearable too. Yeah.
Yeah. That she. Everyone that argues that she's not hot, like, is go watch the Daredevil movie. Like, shut the hell up.
She's amazing.
You
And-
forget
and
Affleck
this-
is in the movie.
The scene
Yeah.
where it's raining and he like sees her face
Oh.
is genuinely like a good scene.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know Daredevil was in Ahsoka. Oh, sorry, my eyes.
He's-
Sorry.
Oh, right. Yeah,
Isn't
we're
I'm
he
more
the guy?
interested in things
Isn't
to
he the
talk
guy
about,
that
my
can
bad.
control the force
I'm
with
sorry.
you know?
because we're
can
struggling to
fight
talk about
with the
Ahsoka
Darth
because it's so
Vader.
I don't need a
unpalatable.
lightsaber.
Darth Vader's in Ahsoka, though, right? Like Darth Vader. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really, really good episode. That was some of
Was
the
it?
best Star Wars I've seen in a long time.
I haven't watched it,
What
so I
episode?
can't say. I have no idea.
Oh,
I just know they brought it up.
I'm joking. No,
I,
but
I have no idea what's going on in the show, but I've been loving the memes, and this one's pretty good. I like it.
10
Who
minutes.
is this guy?
Yeah.
What
This is
wearing?
Ezra.
That
Why-
is Ezra Bridger.
Why is he wearing a bathrobe too? What is with the bathrobes?
No, what makes no
They're-
sense.
They're cheap
is
on Amazon.
They're
is
cheap
he's-
and comfortable.
He's wearing homemade scale mail
That looks
in the
bad.
Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
These are reportedly made from the dog tags of stormtroopers he's killed.
Oh fuck!
Are you
me.
serious?
What purpose? What would scale mail or chain mail do in the Star Wars universe where lightsabers exist?
Stormtroopers have dog tags now?
Apparently.
Where?
I think he was removing the scalps of freaking the stormtroopers, like the Comanche. Yo,
Going
they
around scalping.
Luke should
The
go
reason
find
he's
that
in a
guy.
bathrobe
Oh, sorry.
too is because they had to close down that hotel, so there's plenty of bathrobes to lay around.
The Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
It's a good cut.
Have they even bothered to try and explain why Luke is just like not involved at all?
Yeah. Yeah, the big three. Leia,
I'm just
Luke,
curious.
and
I haven't
Han.
watched it. I'm just curious. I feel like that's a huge thing. You should sort of explain.
Leia is
Dog
mentioned
tags are made from like
twice in-
tin, right? Like it's the cheapest metal too, because it's so
Aluminum
you can
armor.
engrave the letters on it.
It's like a Coke can. It's just like
It's a space metal.
It's either tin or aluminum. Sure.
no, it's made out of whatever MacGuffin metal the Mandalorian has. Whatever's that. Beskar, there you go. Beskar dog tags. That's it.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They don't want those to get
That's
damaged.
what they use the Beskar for.
Yeah, of
dog
course.
tags.
Right.
Yep.
Come on.
What a waste!
Gotta make sure
of
those
money.
dog tags survive.
What a waste of
Get
money
blown
to
up.
doing the freaking the dog tags and of resistant material just to feed this guy with materials to build his bullshit. I can say bad words, right?
I'm still looking.
It's a PG-13 rating, so you get one F word.
Wait. I was looking at the meme. So he says the Force is all I need, and then he's using a blaster.
Yeah. So Sabine tries to give him his lightsaber back, and he says, "No, keep it. It's yours. I don't need a lightsaber." Well, at least take a blaster, and he says, "No."
Yes,
and then he tries fighting against people with lightsabers, and then he picks up a blaster.
Yeah.
But he uses it shows him like a few seconds later using the Force, and it doesn't do anything. He's basically doing Tai Chi on these.
Yeah. There's one scene. There's one scene where he stops a lightsaber with the Force, but then he gets completely bodied and thrown across the room by the white chick, the white-haired lady. I don't know.
Why women oppressing black,
using,
brown men, bro?
he blocks the lightsaber with the Force, and it deflects the blade.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It.
It's the same thing they did in the Rise of Skywalker, I think.
We
stopped the blade of the
Han
lightsaber.
Cholo. Yeah, with Han Cholo.
Just have like fun lightsaber fights where they like actually choreograph them and stuff.
Yeah. No, I actually
the only
really
good
enjoyed
lightsaber.
There was a lightsaber fight between Ahsoka and Balin, and it was really, really well choreographed, I thought.
Well, because the guy playing Balin was a great actor, and he's the only one on the show that can.
I thought the best lightsaber fight was with Hayden Christensen, because since the old movies, he hadn't stopped, training with sword fight, so he knows how to sword fight.
Yeah, I did watch that scene on Twitter. The problem is Hayden is amazing, and Rosario Dawson fighting against him is so painful to watch. That fight scene is terrible. Mm-hmm. She's so slow. It's just and he clearly is good. He's doing a fantastic job, and Ahsoka just looks like a moron the whole time.
He was months from dying.
I disagree.
I don't know if the creators
How is
of this
he
show
acting better than Rosario Dawson, right? What?
I don't know if the creators of this show know this, but they have these people called stuntmen.
Well, but even so, if she's so hell bent on doing it, put her in a room with them and choreograph the shit out. Like that's all. Just do it. They locked Ewan and him in a room for like a month and said, go to town.
If you film her from behind, you can cover it.
That's true too.
Her face is all covered up with her tentacles.
They did.
You could easily use a stunt woman.
They did with Balin, or what is his name? Balor?
Balin, yeah.
Yeah, Balin. They did with him because there's a scene where he's spinning too much, and I'm like, okay, this is not he passed away sadly, a couple of weeks ago. It's like it's clearly an extra, but he still plays it like he's out there, right? There's a scene where he spins 2 times, and right at the end of the battle, and they show a wide shot, so it doesn't show, the guy. It doesn't show the face, and it's clearly not him. But still, he knows how to. They know how to use extras. Stuntmen.
Yeah.
They don't want to do it. I guess she's too much of a boss girl to use whatever stuntman.
Yeah.
I think you guys are being too harsh. I think her acting and her choreography with her lightsaber fights fine.
Do you want me to do a Ahsoka sucks at acting?
Sure, bring it on.
No, I don't want to, man.
I agree.
That sounds like torture, man.
I really enjoyed the fight between her and Hayden Christensen, and I really enjoyed the fight between her and Balin.
Yeah, for sure. It was one of the best. Yeah, for sure. But because of him,
I'm not left
great.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a good one. It's a good comment. It's a good one.
Cruz.
I do agree.
Ezra
fighting with the Force was a little bit cheesy. I didn't like that. I don't like his dialogue. But I don't know. The last couple episodes have been really good. The first 3 were very meh, and then episode 4 was amazing. And then ever since then, it's been all right. It's been like prequel level of all right. You
enjoyed Dad Bod Thrawn.
That was fine. His lips looked a little bit weird, but. It was fine.
I think they've done a lot of damage to that character, Thrawn character. He's a lot more intimidating in the books than he is in this show.
No, even in Rebels.
The Nerdporial says, "The Prophet is a good dude. I don't care what I say about it."
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Don't listen to what Nerdporial Lifeform says. The Prophet is indeed a good dude.
Wait. Also, that's a conundrum, right? Because if you don't listen to him, then
gifting
you
membership.
don't know if he's a good. Yeah, love it.
Yeah, that's the issue. Like they think they can hide the bad choreography by just making it dark.
Jacobs, what do you think about this episode? I want to hear your opinion.
About this latest episode?
Yeah.
Junk. I really thought it was junk. I mean, so many things did not make sense. Them landing all the stormtroopers and that's good. Call them back. It's like, why?
Well, that's very much Thrawn. He would just do things just to test to see what people would do to learn.
But you've been on this planet for 10 years.
Read Heir to the Empire, though. It's better.
You've been on this planet for 10 years and you haven't found them.
Right.
But you have little,
that part's silly.
Board with the little ships on it or the little hovercraft on it.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of stuff that doesn't quite make sense. In fact, I wasn't here last week to talk about it, but when they just get to this, this is a different galaxy, right? They've never been here before. They don't know anything about it. And then they show up and they're like, oh, yeah, this is the name of the planet. We know that this is where the Night Sisters came from, and this is where the Purgil space whales come to die. Like, what?
Yeah.
How do you know all this crap? So yeah, I mean, I agree. There's some things that don't make sense, but it hasn't been.
And the whales. I hate the whales.
David,
because they're no puffer pigs. I hate the freaking puffer pigs.
David, just because Star Wars
use farts.
Just because Star Wars comes home with some flowers and tells you he's never going to hurt you again, doesn't like it. Do you really think it's going to be different this time? I mean, do you think the finale is going to be good?
Holding those flowers, then.
It's Hayden Christensen. Do you really think it's going to be different this time?
What happens when you?
What happens?
I hope it'll be different this time. All right,
David. What happens when Star Wars just goes too far, and no one's there to help you?
Yeah, that's a question.
I won't be. I can't always be there for.
My
for
only
you,
hope
David.
is the Sanderson verse.
Mark Clark gives us $2 for Lady B because she makes you feel old.
Do you want to feel old, my man? I was watching on those images on Twitter, and I'm talking about this because Ahsoka is so engaging. But yeah, just quickly, I was wondering what was popular 10 years ago when I was 10 years.
All right,
when I
that's
was 10
the
years old.
trend that's going on
Yeah,
right now.
have you heard that? Yeah. What was popular when you were 10 years old, bro? Ben 10 was popular when I was 10 years. So I was like, bro, I was 10. I was Ben 10 because I was 10 years old. I had the green clock, the green watch on my right hand. I did the whole thing. I knew all the characters. I love Ben 10. It was so funny. But yeah, if you want to feel old, I was 10 years old when Ben 10 came out in 2006.
Some of our younger brothers were really into Ben 10 for a couple of years.
Yeah,
I
was too old for that show. I never got into it, but I've heard great things.
Yeah, if you were the right, like you were 10, that show was ballers. Yeah.
Oh man, you guys are blowing up the chat. I can't even keep up. So
Blue's Clues.
Forgive me if I missed something good.
Yeah, for you was
it? I'm kidding. I don't even know.
When I was 10, I was watching Dragon Ball Z.
Hell yeah.
Well,
me too.
Probably Power Rangers. I bet Ben-Hur. Yeah,
Boom.
that's true. Hey, what's wrong with Ben-Hur?
Dude,
Ben-Hur.
I also watch
Ben-Hur's in the intro to my show, man. I love Ben-Hur.
I love Ben-Hur.
What's wrong with Ben-Hur and 10 Commandments, man? Come on.
My mom was really Christian, so we only had those DVDs, the Ben-Hur, the 10 Commandments, and the Nilo, the Prince of the Nilo, the guy that freed all the Jews.
Wait,
the guy that freed all the Jews. Who is the guy that freed the Jews? Isaias, Israel. What's the name of the guy that freed all the Jews? Come on, man. I'm looking really bad here. Like
Moses, 10 Commandments.
Moses, Moses?
Yeah, Moses.
Moses.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's just that in Spanish it's Moisés, so I'm like getting really confused with
Come
Moses.
on. Napoleon's just an idiot. Just don't worry about him.
I love it.
You guys want to
the
see
DVDs?
Something?
Never mind. We had the VCRs. Yeah, we had the VCRs.
You guys want to see something super funny?
Ben-Hur was 10 Commandments and Ben-Hur were on 2 VHS tapes.
Yeah,
VHS.
There's an intermission. You got to
intermission. You had to take the VHS out, pop the second one in.
Time for a bathroom break.
I was a wizard with VHS, by the way.
So I was on Twitter for a long time today, and I saw something that literally made me burst out laughing.
Oh, no.
All thanks to Disparu, a wonderful YouTuber. He brought this.
There was a Ben-Hur.
I love Disparu.
Did you guys see this?
Did y'all see the
what? What?
Well, the original post says no punchline is necessary, and then Disparu waltzes on in with the perfect punchline. But man, it's called
representation. Yeah.
Yep.
It's called role play.
I'm pretty sure. I'm not even going there.
Is that a handicap orc?
Look.
Yep. No, it's a human cleric.
This doesn't help. This is not inclusion. Okay, inclusion is letting people in wheelchairs play D&D.
Right, and they're probably not making a wheelchair character.
The joke,
right?
How is that person?
I don't want to guess.
Pushing the wheelchair and fighting at the same time.
I'm gonna imagine they're a dragon man that can breathe fire, but before they're in a wheelchair, anything else they're gonna imagine.
So just imagine, I invite my disabled friend over, and I'm DMing, and they're all creating characters, and he's like, "Okay, I want to play a human cleric," and I'm like, "Great, I've got the perfect one for you."
He's just like,
and I slap this baby down.
He brings his own character. Imagine this. He brings his own character from home, hand painted character from home, and you just have a tiny wheelchair waiting for him.
Wait, does he have cannons on there? Does he have trinkets on his wheelchair? Like cannons and rail guns?
No.
Does he turn into a tank?
It's just padded.
Oh,
that's what that is.
Dang it. Oh wow!
It's just a medieval wheelchair, I guess. I don't know.
Does he have places for his physician's tools in there or something? Is that
I don't know, but clerics are healers.
Yes, I know.
He has his lab.
Oh yeah.
He has his lab. He doesn't need his tools.
Look, see that kind of thing. It would be fun for me to role play as a disabled guy.
I don't know. I don't know how.
So you make it a warrior and you give him a spiked wheelchair, and then one of your moves is you push the guy in the wheelchair towards the guys, and he he's a tank, right?
That's a waste of a move.
Yeah.
That's what you do. You like a cleric. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's the stupidest thing ever.
I mean, like, just like don't even get into unlevel ground. You know, like
you can't go upstairs.
You have fallen over.
Do you remember the angel? Do you remember the angel?
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Hassle for regular D&D. Okay.
Yeah.
Your wheelchair is stuck in a rock. It's like, what do I do?
Yep.
Your wheelchair needs an oil change or some shit. Yeah, the funny thing about this is like I made this joke a couple of streams ago when we were talking about this show, the show about the angels and the devil. I don't even remember the show. Angel Beats. I don't even remember the name
Angel
of the show.
Beats.
Good omens.
Omens, yeah, good omens. Angel
So much
Beats.
better.
Gay Angel Beats. Yeah, but when the disabled angel, like the angel was disabled, and it's they them as well, and it's like imagine how like there was a joke in Family Guy when Joe goes to heaven with all the guys, and they're asking questions to God, and they're like, God, like, you know, why the Patriots are losing? Oh, whatever. And then Joe is like, God, am I still disabled here? Oh yeah, you're like that for eternity. Like,
Oh no,
I'm still disabled at heaven.
There's the classic Family Guy gag where they do that.
I know Angel Beats is an anime. Obviously, that's a joke.
They do the would you rather thing, and they're like, would you rather be like a homeless person or Hitler, like here before he dies, but like you have time to make changes, you know?
Am I black Hitler? Yes. No. Am I disabled Hitler? Yes.
Yes, you'd still be disabled. Wait, would I be a disabled homeless person? Yes. That doesn't make sense.
You don't want to be Hitler, just be the hobo. Oh my god, I love it.
Why do you keep trying to sell the Hitler thing?
There's a lot of people on Twitter nowadays still trying to sell the guy.
Anyway, anything else to say about Star Wars?
Is that
No.
It's just that it's just disease.
It's doing better than another show, apparently, according to some of the ratings. But you know,
yeah.
What is the funniest disease you can die of? Like, what is the funniest disease you can die of? That's when Star Wars passed away, or Paris, like, dysentery or something. I don't know. Like, he got discombobulated. I don't know.
It's not a disease, but I know that there's a spider that if it bites you, it gives you a raging erection until you die.
Oh my god!
Oh, is that like that bug that swims up your hole and kills you? Is that right?
Yeah,
but I don't think you die of that. You just have a bad experience, a pretty awful experience.
That
you
sounds
probably
about
wanted to die.
No, I can't say I haven't watched it. I shouldn't say that if I'm being fair. I don't know. I haven't watched Ahsoka.
It's a lot better than Kenobi and Boba Fett, but
that's like saying.
Well, I hope.
It's far better. It's far better. I think it's
this diarrhea is better than the one that I got 2 months ago, where I almost died.
Yeah, most of the episodes are about like the prequels. There's some silly stuff that I don't like.
There you go. It's the Brazilian wandering spider.
Yeah.
Its venom stimulates a painful hours-long erection.
It's not a myth, Will. It's never happened to you, so you don't know.
But can that be used at your advantage? If you have no other choice,
wandering down there in South America.
If you have no other choice.
Talk about going out with a bang.
I mean, you're already there in Brazil. I know, you know. Holy moly, guacamole.
Holy shit.
Ahsoka is so engaging that we just found out endless speed of
one more thing about Ahsoka. Ezra and Sabine are having a conversation, and Sabine says, "Oh, Ahsoka took me on as her apprentice," and Ezra's like, "What? Why?
Yeah,
why you suck? You suck dick."
Wait a second. Sabine's force sensitive?
No.
No.
No, I mean, she will. You know, she will become. Apparently,
they've changed it, Steve. It's now
out of their ass.
Everybody can use the force with the proper amount of training.
What?
Yeah, just some people are more attuned to it right off the bat.
With the proper amount of rubbing, everyone can get a fire, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. That's okay. Like I don't like that. Well, I mean, I guess that's a subjective. I like that Jedi and Sith were just special. I don't know why people can't be special anymore.
If everybody can use the Force, why bother training? Why do the Mandalorians train to fight Force-sensitive people?
I mean, I don't know.
Come on. Everybody would be.
I think just some people are more naturally gifted with it, more Force-sensitive.
Maybe they just ran out of kids that didn't die in Order 66, you know?
Yeah.
Some people can use it.
I don't know. I like it. It's fine.
I just want Reva back. I don't know about you guys, but I want Reva back. I don't know where she is. I don't know where she is. I don't know. I want to see how she recovered from the stab wound. Imagine if she comes back at the last episode of Ahsoka, you know, and she's like comparing scars with freaking Sabine, you know. Oh, yeah, I got a bigger scar here, you know, like
I got stabbed twice.
Oh yeah,
these are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those up.
Yep.
I'm getting too old for this crap, you know. She has those. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I want to see her get stabbed a third time. I don't know about you guys.
Because of Dave Filoni, there are now more Jedi after Order 69 than there were before.
69.
So
wait, what?
Well, Dave Filoni just keeps introducing
more and more Jedi.
Jedi that survived Order 66.
Which
I think there was like
explicitly
under 100 survived.
George wishes. George Lucas's wishes. He said when upon the creation of Ahsoka's character, George Lucas said, if you're going to create this character, she needs to die in Order 66. And Dave
that sounds about right. Yeah.
Yep. And then his workaround for that is she's supposed to be gone searching for Thrawn, but apparently that doesn't happen until after the original trilogy.
I thought she forsook the Jedi Order, and
she did.
So why is she training Jedi?
Exactly.
It's a good question. It's a good question.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm using my thinking brain instead of.
She's a Barbie girl.
Yeah.
She's what she wants to be.
Have you guys seen Dave Filoni's wife?
Ew.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, look her up, and it'll start.
Yeah, I said ew. So. Check it out. That's why I say ew. Check it out.
What,
Not because of her appearance, by the way. It's because of what a shitty person she is. Yeah.
Yeah. If you. Yeah.
EU. Yeah.
What?
EU.
Here's a good. Yeah. Here's a sneak peek about. This will just maybe give you some insight into why Star Wars.
Dave Filoni is Dave Filoni. Yeah.
This is just an average sampling of what she posts on Instagram. So,
Jesus Christ. The funny thing about this BS Satanist is just that if there's a Satan, he's probably laughing his ass off about these lame ass people. Like this fat cow trying to pretend that she's an ally or something, right? I don't know.
That was Dave Filoni's wife?
Yeah.
That looks like a female version of Harvey Weinstein. I'm just saying. There's a lot of relations in the face.
Yeah, she looks like freaking the freaking mixing between Harvey Weinstein and the Joker because she has these weird scars in her face. It was eerie.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why Dave Filoni. If you don't know, that's why Dave Filoni always wears a hat. If you don't know the guy, the guy. Oh, not only that, but the guy that created Satanism. I don't remember the guy. Not the other guy.
What,
no, Aleister Crowley, the other guy. Yeah, the other. Not the devil. Exactly. Not the devil. No Baphomet. No, none of those guys. No, but the guy that created that religion, he used to wear hats like that. When I saw Filoni, I thought that actually that was the guy.
Are we confirming that cowboys are all Satanists?
No, the hat is different than a cowboy hat.
Come on, Steve. It's the old Western.
But he's definitely.
Oh, yeah. Black rings are bad too.
Definitely Satanist. He's definitely is definitely Satanist. Definitely, no doubt in my mind.
Yeah. Star Wars just makes me sad now. I physically can't bring myself to watch it anymore.
No,
I'm sorry for you.
I'm not watching anymore.
I feel
Star Wars.
Honestly, you know what it feels like? It feels like when I quit playing League of Legends. I have not looked back, man. It's an addiction. It makes you feel terrible.
But it's a better addiction.
I loved League of Legends to death. I played so much, and it just got to the point where I realized I'm not having fun with this game anymore because they don't know how to freaking moderate trolls.
Exactly.
And there's just...
they're actually now finding a way to do it. In next season, now they're gonna ban you if you troll. But now it's definitely. But it doesn't really matter.
That's always been the policy, but they've never done anything about it. And
but now it's like they actually gonna like remove you from your account. I don't know what they're gonna do. It's gonna die off that game. I only play the game because of the pro play, and Worlds is coming out, and we gotta play.
Dude, I used to watch.
We don't gotta play it. We gotta talk about it. We gotta do some League of Legends streams. Maybe I do a playing channel because the World Championship is coming, so it's going to be trending every week. Every day is going to be trending. So we gotta milk those.
It's been over a year now since I stopped. I used to watch Worlds. I used to wake up at 3:00 in the morning to watch Worlds going on.
Me too. Japan, I love it. Man. I love it. It's so fun. It's so fun.
But
so freaking fun.
I've never felt healthier than when I stopped playing.
Yeah.
Nerdportal's going on about the show Banshee. Apparently that's good. Isn't that the one with the guy from
Anthony Starr,
Homelander? Yeah, the Homelander from that TV show. I've heard good things about it.
Anthony Starr is good.
There's lots of graphic nudity in it if you're a Christian boy like myself, so beware of that. But I've heard it's pretty good.
I don't even Christian. I'm bored.
The guy that plays Homelander would have been a good Thrawn.
He could, he would have. That would have been really good casting.
Nicolas Cage as well. They were saying Nicolas Cage could have been a good Thrawn.
And Mark Clark, thanks for the $5 because he's on book 3 of Lightbringer. It really picks up. I mean, I loved books 1 and 2, but man, the series just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, man, brother.
Nice.
Hey, man.
I feel like there's a couple things maybe in the 5th book that they could have done better, but man, what a great series! What a wonderful series.
Yep.
You haven't watched The Boys in season 2? You're better off. You're better off, brother. Season 1 is perfect. Season 2
Tex-Mex is a man of culture. I wonder, is it because I played League of Legends or is it because I stopped playing League of Legends?
Both. Both. Yeah, both.
All right, we got to talk about Wheel of Time, guys.
Yeah, I gotta head out because to be honest, I don't know anything about the Wheel of Time. I just wanted to say I spent the last 24 hours editing my last video. Is my longest video yet. It's a tier list of Mexican characters, Mexican representation in media.
Oh, wonderful.
Check it out. It's really fun. I had a lot of fun doing it. You don't have to watch it all. Just watch the first 2 is the funniest.
If you're leaving, though, you might like this article.
The
writer strike's over now, right? Mm-hmm. And just about every financial analyst has come out and said it's gonna cost a whole bunch of jobs.
Yep.
Which is exactly what these studios wanted. They are so excited to be able to fire all of you because you haven't made them money in such a long time. So good riddance and goodbye.
Yeah.
Good deal, guys.
Yeah, it's actually crazy how much they're trying to pretend like the deal is good.
It's a W,
and it's really not. They didn't get anything that they wanted because what they wanted was retarded. The whole. Did you read their stipulations about like their writers' room? They wanted every show to have to legally have like a writers' room with a minimum of 12 writers, depending on how big the show is and how long the episodes are. Like you have, like they want these shows to be written by committee.
Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, and where they have really, really dumb ideas, like, oh, okay, let's put that in there, and oh, we'll put that in there too. It's crazy. We need one person.
Yeah, that's the
Or
big
two,
problem.
maybe two.
Is Amazon has gotten so convenient. It's really hard to quit them. Just like Brokeback Mountain.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to quit.
No, I don't know, bro. I never used that thing. I don't.
Yeah, you're in Mexico. Nobody cares. No, yeah, it's not as big there though, right?
Yeah, it's not really big.
No, it's nuts. Big. It's insane. Like you need to come visit, and I'll show you just how quickly you can get something off of Amazon, and they give you like live updates. They'll show you a
same
picture.
Day?
They'll show you a picture of where the truck is. It's like 3 stops away.
It's crazy.
It's insane. They're so good. For a lot of stuff, you can. Yeah.
What the?
Depends on what time of day you order it. You can get it the same day.
I had to wait like a day and a half at best. Like,
they've gotten so good.
If you live in certain towns that are by the warehouses, you can get 2-hour delivery now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's insane.
Okay. All right. Peace out, man.
See you.
Love you.
Later, Mexico.
Check the video, guys. Comment. Just comment if you want to check it. Bye.
Bye.
So Wheel of Time. Oh gosh.
Oh, here we go.
Oh gosh.
I've been putting it off.
I know.
Hey, I can feel the pain from people that are watching it.
It's
pain. Well, the last episode is by far just. I think I don't know. If there's any arguing. The last episode is the worst by far. Just for the simple.
It's just
what
chaos.
they do to the main character.
Yeah.
Am I right in saying that in one episode, one of the Aes Sedai is doing it with 2 guys?
Yes, that was episode 1 of season 2, man.
Well, there's several episodes, but that's
Jared.
like, who cares? That's
You
like the
literally
smallest
showed
problem.
up. You showed up right on time just to talk about Wheel of Time, baby. and you avoided the painful Ahsoka discussion, which, if we're being honest, there wasn't a whole lot of discussion because we kept bringing up better shows.
Oh,
well,
not
talking
Wheel of,
about this for sure.
Not Wheel of Time though. That wasn't brought up when we were talking about Ahsoka. That's for sure.
No.
No, not even close. I'm not allowed to melt down. I've melted down too many times already, Trip. I can't. I don't know that I have another one in me. I'm trying to make a video today. I couldn't do it.
Are we going to go through the episode?
Well, I will give you as much time as I got.
Yeah. When do you have to leave? You have an hour?
I got about. I can push it to. I can give you 20 minutes. I can push
20
it
minutes?
to 20. Yeah.
All right.
All
Let's
right.
do this.
So give us.
Her necklace.
This is the wrong episode.
It'll take too long if we go frame by frame, which we will do later. Then, so just give us your highlights then.
My highlights?
Yeah. Actually, this is a good topic that I know you'll love. Did you know that the Wheel of Time is in trouble now?
Well, we've known it's been trouble. If you pay attention, you know it's in trouble. I mean, I actually got people on my Discord send me DMs. I guess Samba TV, whatever the hell that is. I don't know what it is, but I mean, it's another conglomerate of it's another viewing. People view stuff on there, and they have their top 10 list every week. Wheel of Time, at least Ahsoka's staying at number 3 on Samba TV. Wheel of Time has dropped off the list. Nobody's watching the thing.
Ooh.
So I don't know.
Well, yeah, just this week before Gen V even dropped, it had more traction than the penultimate episode of the Wheel of Time.
I saw that
before it dropped. There was hype before, Gen V. That's the spinoff for the boys.
I saw the chart, and then its premiere, it was triple, it just destroyed it, not even close, and it's just
ouch.
It was bad. I know that I think I know the chart you're looking at. I think I don't remember who posted it, but I saw it.
It was Disparu again. Wonderful man. Nope, that's the wrong one. Sorry.
I saw it might have been Narg. I know Narg's done it before.
Narg, yeah, that's what it was. I thought I had that up and I can't find it anymore. But I wasn't actually referring to the viewership numbers that Narg posted about online traction. I was talking about colorism.
Colorism?
Yeah. It's so funny. It's so funny. These are the people that like the show. They eat. Look, the left eats their own. There's never a point when enough is never enough. If you give them an inch, they'll want a mile. There's a whole group of show shills. Here, let me find a better tweet that are complaining about the Wheel of Time being colorist.
I'm more concerned that guy's account name was called Son of Battles and Donald Flynn was his avatar, because the guy in the show is definitely not going to be a son of any battles. Well, colorist about what? Like, I don't understand.
Hold on, I missed a super chat. Thanks, Nerdporio. For the $2, Dave, stay wholesome. Angry, stay awesome. Thanks so much for the super chat. So it's colorist. It's so funny. They have race swapped themselves into a corner because they've added so many people of color to the show where they don't belong.
Yeah.
Now the problem is a lot of bad things happen in this show.
Oh, because
if a bad things happens to a black character, it's colorist.
Are you serious?
I'm dead
maybe
serious.
You should have left the bad character white.
or here's a thought. Maybe you shouldn't have turned Suon evil.
Yeah, well, there's one right there, right? So she attacks the guy. She straight up attacks Lan without any provocation. That means you are Dark Friend. Done. Like, it's like they can't even figure out their own rules that they've made for their stupid show. They keep having to go and retroactively change stuff behind the scenes to make things work. You can't say channeling unless they're actually channeling. It's like, well, no, bro. 2 episodes ago they did. So you can't even keep it straight. All the BS that you're changing.
Yeah, this is worse. I think this is the person that started the conversation on colorism. And this just explains the mindset that these people live in. Complex female characters are great, preferred even, but please remember that white complex female characters are often treated more positively than non-white complex female characters. And then people brought up Egwene. They're like, but she's literally become a slave this episode. And this person responded, yeah, but she's not that dark.
Oh my god!
Look who's being colorist.
Like, it's never enough. It's never enough. This show is so woke, and you're still not pleased with it.
Because that's the problem too, right? I mean, it's like, it's. You're absolutely right. It is so woke.
Here was the first tweet. This is the tweet that started it. Are we ready to have the colorism conversation now? Is it safe?
Can we never have the conversation ever?
Colorist is race swapping just about all the characters that are white to another color.
Yep.
Yeah. This whole discussion set me off, and I tweeted out that race swapping is inherently racist.
Well, are they?
Colorist is race swapping an actual person that existed.
Well, what I want to know is why aren't they mad that they wiped out a whole nation that should be of color and made them a whole bunch of different colors? There should be black actresses and actors all over the place right now, but half of them aren't because Sean Chan evil. So it's like,
well, they have one of the Sean Chan is black, and it's because he's the man and he's in charge.
Yeah.
So he's allowed to be the bad guy because he's also male. See, what you don't understand is two lefts make a right.
Okay.
If there's a hierarchy here, okay? Your immutable characteristics are only go so far, okay? And if you have one good thing, it doesn't mean you're a good person, because if you happen to have one wrong characteristic, it'll cancel out any of the things that work in your favor.
Is she upset because her shoulder collar is broken?
Well, it's not broken. It grows.
It's materializing out.
It materializes. Yeah. So it
Oh my god, it grows.
Oh, just a simple
they don't
chain
show the whole thing.
was not good enough. It has to grow on you.
It materializes. Yeah, the race that are like notoriously anal about controlling the one power use these idom that are clearly like more powerful than any Aes Sedai. Like
so the pacifier grows in their mouth too.
No.
So we still haven't figured out the pacifier yet.
You only get the pacifier when you're really good. Then they reward you with the pacifier.
Oh, it's a treat.
I don't know.
It looked like it was only when they were out. Like that's when they gave it to them. When they're out and about, they give you the pacifier. I was like, that's just stupid.
It looks so silly.
I don't know.
It's so silly, and this is their promo material. This is what they're pushing. Baba,
oh my!
Watch it.
Why
now.
is that? Yeah, what? That looks so stupid. Like,
it's so silly.
So dumb.
Yeah, as soon as I saw that, I was like, ugh.
How does anybody take that seriously? Look at it. It's like, oh my goodness. Why doesn't the Blue Aja chick?
Looks like she has a doorknob in her mouth.
It's so they can't talk back.
That just hurt them if they talk back. That's what the ADOM is for.
You want to I
all
know
it takes is one thought and they're on the ground in pain.
You want to get more pissed off because I know you haven't seen this one. Guess what? Australia, New Zealand, Amazon Prime used as promotion material for the show.
Rand on his knees somewhere. Hey,
now that last comment wasn't needed. Swan telling Rand the world would have been a better place if he was born a girl.
Oh.
Wow! Holy
this is
shit,
promotional material.
Huh.
Yeah, I did not like how they took Swan Sanchez at all this episode.
Can we talk about
that was the worst.
This is a pretty great response, though. But
oh god, can we talk about how the moment after Land says a line that he has no business saying,
like one of the most memorable lines from the whole series, too.
He has no business saying it to Rand. He has no business having any conversation with Rand before he does anything. Like, they have not talked at all. They have no relationship. But
face it on your feet.
He immediately gets put on his knees. Immediately. And then he stays on his knees the whole show.
And it's a choice. He's being shielded. He's not being held with the power. He's being shielded. So he chooses to not take it on his feet.
Did you notice too that in season 1 they needed 3 Aes Sedai together to shield Logain?
Yeah.
But the freaking dragon reborn takes one.
It's worse. While he's already channeling.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can shield someone who hasn't embraced the source a lot easier. But if they've embraced the source, it's practically impossible to shield someone.
Yes.
And it only happens like late game in the books. And and Rand is pretty much the only one who can do it. Like there gets a point. It's a little spoilery. I'm sorry, but I'm pissed off. Okay. There comes a point halfway through the series where Rand learns how to still women. And because he's so powerful, he just walks down the street going, pop, pop, you're stilled. It's, Demise Wells, baby. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
Well, that's what they called this one, didn't they?
I haven't got
this episode, for some reason, was called... This episode was called Deus de Mar.
That's it, Deus de Mar.
So everyone on Twitter, this is the level of cope. All of the show fans are saying, please tell us that Moraine, the Moraine and Suan plot of this episode was just them doing Deus de Mar. Please tell us they don't actually hate each other. Why? What would that accomplish in Deus de Mar? It wouldn't do anything.
What benefit is them having a little girl? Like, there's no. It's like, oh, they don't like each. It's like, okay, what is that? You're right. It has no effect on the world. It has no effect on politics. It has nothing. It's like it's like we've talked about it before on my channel. They just pick out titles that are cool and they don't apply to fucking anything. Sorry, excuse my language. I apologize. Okay. But it was like the blood calls blood episode in season 1 was the one where I was just like, what are we doing?
Well, that's the name of the chapter where he says, "Face it on your feet," right? From book 2.
What? Blood calls blood. Well, yeah, but I'm talking about season 1. They called an episode "Blood Calls Blood," and that's the one where Steppen offs himself.
Right.
It has nothing to do with it, right? They just pick out phrases from the book and go,
cool. It's because there's blood in that episode.
Oh, well, there's
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
That tracks. How about that? Tying off a weave is a long lost skill.
I know. It's a long lost art known only to the Forsaken to tie a knot.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, so Jacob just putting up a ward and tying the knot off, or lighting a fire and tying a knot so it stays fire, all that stuff. No, they don't know how to tie knots. It was such a useful thing that they forgot to teach everybody how to tie off a weave.
What?
The thing with it, they thought they were so smart with stealing Moraine and having this big plot where Matt can see male weaves, so he can see that she's tied off and he can clip it. They thought they were so smart to come up with that stupid plot line.
You mean Logain, but yes.
They didn't even realize that it was completely asinine. Lan goes to Logain specifically to ask if, hey, when you look, he said, when you look at Moraine, do you see any male weaves? Do you see anything? And he's like, yeah. It was like she's got male weaves and it's tied off. And then Lan is like, that's impossible. What are you talking about? There's male weaves. I'm like, dude, you went to ask him specifically if you see any male weaves on
and you're surprised by the confirmation of your answer.
Exactly. It was so ridiculously stupid.
And then Lan teaches Rand how to channel.
I know.
Lan teaches Rand how to channel. And then he apologizes to
whatever happens, channel on your feet. Okay?
And then he apologizes for fixing her. He's like, I'm sorry I didn't fix you sooner. It's like
that was the moment for me. I blew a freaking lid. I mean, when Moraine has literally been the worst human on Earth this entire season, not to mention a little bit from season 1, okay? She has just been horrible. And Lan apologizes to her.
Well, it's even worse than that. So he's apologizing for not doing it sooner. So he's apologizing for not figuring out that this thing that is supposed to be lost and that Aes Sedai nobody knows about, all these people that are involved in channeling, they don't know about it. So he's apologizing for her that he didn't discover this thing that nobody knows about for freaking thousands of years, that he didn't figure it out sooner. This thing nobody knows. It's like, what are you doing, show? Like...
That's it. When unintelligent people try to write intelligent characters, it's painful. It's very painful. And that's been my issue. Like the problem is these writers don't understand like the basic human condition. They don't know how real life works. How on earth are they going to get fantasy right? These people don't know how much an apple costs at a store.
Well, it's like he did
an avid reader would be a better writer than these people.
These people are they live in California. They've never left LA. They don't know what the real world is like.
Well, it's like Trip says, like Cat crosses the courtyard, right? Like he wasn't even holding a sword. How was that a sword form?
It was him going, oops, and then reaching for his sword. How on earth is that Cat crosses the courtyard?
But that was the scene he was most looking forward to being on the show from a Q&A. I can't wait for Cat cross. It's like, it never happened. You never did it. So how are you looking forward to it? It's like you're so full of crap. You don't know. Yeah. You don't even know what's coming out of your mouth. It's so crazy. And then just the people that lap it up. That's what I don't understand. Is like, how are you watching this and being like you're happy that this is happening? It's just they're just systematically ruining it, the whole thing.
It's because their brains are turned off. It's because this show is on their team. It's on their side. It's got all the POCs except for a little bit of colorism.
Yeah. What about
but it's checking all the boxes. They don't care about the story.
That's the only thing that's important to them. It's checking all the boxes.
Look,
that's more important.
The best analogy I can think of is sports. Okay, look, sports. There's a lot of good things about sports. Okay, but it does kind of make people a little dumb. Okay, it gets you into the herd mentality of blue bad and red good. And once you get in the seats and you see and a ref can literally make the most benign call of all time, and you're going to be jumping out of your seat saying, "Come on, ref, are you blind? What are you doing? This game's rigged. The ref wants to kill our team." At that point, you've turned off your brain because it's more fun. And that's what's happening with this show. Because they see all of the pride flags, that's all they care about.
Because there's nothing else. And that's the only thing it can be, right? I mean, the story is a mess. Like, it's not the story. Their story is a mess. It's like there's no Wheel of Time in it. The story they're writing is stupid and doesn't make sense. But it's like, what's good about it?
The thing is, their side is cheating. And when you say they're cheating, they say you're a racist.
Yes, 100%.
And then occasionally they'll start fighting amongst themselves, saying, "No, you're colorist."
Before, because I gotta run here in a second. I want to ask: do you guys think, because I would love to talk to you. I need to find time to talk to you guys more about it because this is fun. But
you can come back next week if you want.
Do you think Matt is Ishmael's baby boy?
That's what everyone's saying. That's what a bunch of like show fans who haven't read the books. That's what they're all guessing.
It sure's tracking, isn't it? It's like I don't know how.
Honestly, if I hadn't read the books, I would probably I could see that.
So wait, before Slappy, so we have seen So, if you've watched the preview to episode 8, right? There's a scene where you see the big battle of Falme is going to be 20 Sean Chan on a bridge. Okay, just running across it, right? On the other side, we have.
They know that was their money shot too. They're like, this is the best we got. We're gonna put in all the promo material. We've got 20 guys.
But it gets worse. It gets worse because if there was one shot that we found when we were just deep diving this stuff, it's blurry. So it's not just blurry, but there's characters with blurs behind them, with Matt in front of them, with a staff with what looks like a little pointy thing on it. So what we've come up is Matt actually does blow the horn. They have an epic bridge battle with the Heroes of the Horn, including Uno, and Matt actually gets his spear, his Ashendari, but it's actually the Shadow Loga dagger shoved into a staff, and that's his. Now we've made up some of that.
Is that gonna
we saw him leading a group of ghosts on a bridge.
Is that going to be their homage to his medallion that he whips around his quarterstaff? He's going to tie the dagger to a staff.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Well, they already hung him, right? I mean, they already hung him in the Issy You're My Father scene. So, I mean,
oh yeah. Well,
that tracks with him looking like a crackhead.
Yeah, that was seriously one of my biggest grievances with this episode.
He just drinks
literally. He's just teleported there. You're like, how the heck did Matt get all the way to fall? You're like, oh, that's right, because the dark one did it. Okay.
No, it's explained. It's explained, Jared. It's Lanfear's secret.
Yeah, I get it. She traveled, but
no, Jared, you're forgetting that previously in this season, it's established that Lanfear can't travel, and she's upset about it. She's upset that she has to take a horse because it's so much slower.
She checked him really hard, so it worked. That's all.
Yeah. So anyway, he just teleports all the way to Falm, right? And you're just like, what in the world? Like, oh wait, why is he in Falma? Oh, yeah, that's right, because he has to blow the horns at some point, right? So they're just like, oh, Matt is in Kyrian.
Yeah.
But we gotta get him involved.
Why did he go to Carrion? Why did he want to
ran?
So they're gonna be fighting on the top of the tower in Falma, and there's gonna be some magic that like spews out, and so it's gonna be it's written across the sky. I
can't wait for Matt to jump off the top with the horn and float to the bottom. I really have to go though. I'm sorry, guys.
There's so much I hate. But can I ask you about Varen Sedai?
Okay.
They've just completely given up the fact, like, it's not a spoiler anymore because the show has ruined it. They've played their hand that she's a dark friend.
So
she lies.
Me and Trip talked to this on Dunn's stream a little bit. So I agree. I think she flat out lies. But the problem is the dialogue is terrible. So if you sort of break down the lines a little bit, you can sort of be like,
she says the Amerlin seat needs your help. That could be a twisting of the words.
Needs your strength.
The Amerlin seat needs your strength.
This is an order.
I have been told to watch the boy. This is an order.
Well, but that's the thing. Moraine specifically says,
does she like whisper, "This is an order"?
Wise with your words.
I know, and right after that, she says, "You're wise with your words." No, she wasn't. Like, she straight up lied, and in a way that it's going to tell every single sister in the White Tower that she's a dark friend.
So that's the problem is that more than just watch, because the word, if you look at the words, right, I still think she's broken a rule, okay, somewhere in here. But if you look at the exact words, there is some wiggle room. So just and this is coming from somebody that hates this shit, right? So sorry. But so there, if you look at the exact dialogue, what she says, there's some wiggle room, but then you have her go, "You're very smart with your words," and then now she's just outed herself to the whole place that she let them go because Leanne's like, "Varen told me." It's like, well, why did she do that?
Exactly. So it doesn't matter that she was careful with her words because
the
Amerlin seat and everyone in that circle now knows that she's a dark friend. That's like the greatest plot. That's one of my top 5 greatest plot twists of all time from any series. Is the Varen moment at the very end of the series when you're like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah,
and it wasn't just this episode. It was the episode where she's, sneaking around the tower and having the lesbian from Harry Potter read words and stuff. Oh, did you like how there was time for that in this episode to just hey guys, guess what? My character's a lesbian.
Jesus.
Okay,
I really
you gotta
have to go though. You gotta go, guys. I want to talk more about it with you guys. So thanks for having me. We'll find some time to get together again. Maybe next week if I'm around. So
bye.
Thanks, guys. See you soon.
Jacob, you're welcome to stay, but you can also leave whenever you want. I know you haven't watched the show.
Yeah, I got probably about 15 more minutes. I got to go.
Okay.
Well, so this is the other thing. Talking about that scene, like, I think it's so dumb that one. Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll just get to it if we go through it like you normally do. We'll get to it.
Okay, but that line pisses me off too, because she was not very careful with her words. I completely disagree. I thought her words were stupid and her actions just would completely give her up. But aside from that, like, if you compare this to the scene from season 1 where Moraine is confronted by the White Cloaks, I believe episode 2, maybe 3.
No, they didn't get the White Cloaks until, well, maybe it was 3.
I think it was 3.
It's when it's with Bornhold.
It was 3 or 4.
It's with Joffrey Bornhold, and the first time you see Valda, or I guess aside from the cold open, you see Valda, and they meet on the road. Look, season 1 has a lot of problems, but that scene was actually kind of good, dialogue wise, in that they were trying to be very careful and have her not tell a lie, right? And she was dancing around the words. If we ignore the fact that the White Cloak could have just said, hey, are you an Aes Sedai? And that would break everything, right? If we ignore that fact.
And these are questioners that are supposed to ask questions, right?
If we ignore that plot hole, the rest of that scene was actually kind of clever. So to compare that scene to this one and have Moraine like wink at the audience, say, "Wasn't that clever, boys?" just pisses me off. Yes, I know. I know that there's a whole plot hole. But if you ignore that, the rest of the scene was actually kind of good.
Yeah.
I also haven't rewatched it in a long time, though. So, but all right. So the show's colorist. Blah 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 blah.
All right, let's go through the scenes.
Bye, Steve. Everyone, check out the Prophet's channel. He's got some wonderful, wonderful content. If you ignore that fact, if you ignore the fact that it was completely idiotic, it was actually kind of good. Yeah. I'm saying dialogue-wise, like they played around with it in a clever way. Oh, this is a flashback. Why is this here?
No, this is
blah 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 blah.
I think that's that's the.
Oh,
this is so long. Okay, 20 years ago. Lesbians. Ba ba ba. Kissy kissy kissy. I'm gonna be your fish wife. And no, you're gonna be my fish wife. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up first.
This was all right. This isn't the most grievous.
No,
part.
you kneel.
It was pretty cringy. On your knees. You're gonna be my fish mouth.
Okay, that was a lot more than the first season too. I mean, there wasn't quite.
Yeah. No,
this was 20 years ago. Did they de-age them?
Yeah, a little bit. Jared, when did you realize that from the finale of episode 1 through this entire season, the entire show was just setting up Swan and Moraine's fallout at the end of this episode?
Oh, it was
all of the wasted time. Every single scene of wasted time between the finale of season 1 and this episode was just setting up this moronic moment at the end of this episode.
Well, I would say that it was probably when she had her swear on the oath rod in season 1.
Yeah, that's probably when you realized it.
Yeah, that's messed up.
So Moraine needs a cleansing down there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, right. We love you. Okay, did you? Oh, here's the other thing. And it's proven by the fact that, I mean, later when you get to this, right, and she's having the vision. Jared, you might know this. Where is Dragon Mount located?
Well, it's by it's by the two rivers.
No.
Is it? Oh no, wait, no, it's by the White Tower, isn't it?
It's directly next to the White Tower.
Yeah, it's right. It's by the White Tower.
You have Dragon Mount, a river, a vagina-shaped island, Tarvalon.
Yeah.
And a penis-shaped city.
Oh.
Didn't catch that.
Wow.
So this takes place on the same day. This is Dragon Mount. Jared, would you describe the climate?
This is Dragon Mount?
It's a Dragon Mount.
Yeah.
Jared, is it snowy or is it sunny here?
That's definitely snowy.
Yeah, the ground is covered in snow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It did look a little more clear,
Jared.
Just a couple scenes ago, huh?
Jared,
Oh.
is it snowy or is it sunny here?
It looks pretty sunny. I didn't catch that before. Shoot.
It's hard to tell because
this is the same location.
They're not wearing wool coats or anything, or
they're in short sleeves.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's it. That's pathetic.
Also, this dialogue makes no sense too. They're saying, "Oh, we're so happy because the war has finally ended."
Yeah.
But the war ended like that day, right? Like, because if you go to the flashback where she's having the vision,
They're still
like
fighting.
they're still fighting. Like the war is still kind of happening. What do you mean the war's over? This was the day the war ended. Huh? What was your question?
Why does the Aes Sedai look so old?
Oh, she's supposed to.
Oh,
she's a blind seer. She's like literally like 1 billion years old. And so she sees a vision of the dragon being born, and she sees Kung Fu Prego's lady doing her little fight.
They had to get that scene in it again, didn't they?
Yeah, and Swan Sanche and Moraine Sedai are the only two people who saw it. But wasn't the Amelin Seat also in the room with them in the books, or am I confusing that?
No, I think they told the Green sister, I forget her name after, but it was just them two, I think.
I think it was just two of them, yeah.
Okay, all right. I couldn't remember if I was misremembering that or not. So so they see a vision, and she like mirrors the movements. Oh, I'm giving birth now, and then the dragon is born.
That was interesting.
And they she also doesn't know the gender of the baby, even though she's having the vision of the baby because the guy's head is in the way.
Yeah.
And she's having the vision from third person, even though she's mirroring the woman's movements, and she would have been able to see the sex of the baby. Yeah. Screw off. This show sucks.
Got to keep that a mystery because they sure didn't tell us in the books.
And then we look at each other. Yay, yay, yay. Set up. Great. Okay. Yeah, this is... So,
first off, I hate how basically what's happened with this whole scene right here is like everybody knows that Rand is the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah.
Like everybody. Whereas in the book, it literally was Moraine and Swan, and that was it. And then Varen figured it out.
Uh-huh.
Right.
What I think
is the most ridiculous thing.
The what?
The hat.
Her hat.
The hat. Yeah, it's silly. What I think is even more silly is this is the Sun Throne, right? This is Tyrion.
Their other one, right?
This is the Sun Throne, but in front of it, they've transported the Aes Sedai throne and brought it into this room.
That's her throne from the White Tower?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
I was going to say, that looks very similar to the throne.
They brought her throne. It's because David.
No, wait. They literally brought the throne, or is it just they were cheap and put that throne in there?
It's the same set. Yeah. This is the same set as the hall from the White Tower, but they painted around the edges to make it look like the Sun Throne. Oh. But it implies in the show that they hauled her throne from the White Tower.
Either that, or they made
Tyrion
the same.
Maybe they're just made the same.
That's ridiculous.
They are reusing sets left and right. It's so pathetic.
Yeah.
Just I need to rewatch House of the Dragon. Do you know how House of the Dragon was also made on a fraction of the budget of the Wheel of Time?
Yeah.
It's not even close. And look at the sets. Look at the sets in House of the Dragon. They're immaculate. They're incredible. Yep. And this is all that the Wheel of Time can do. We've seen 3 cities that use the same Shadar Logoth set. And they can't even build a second throne room. Also, this didn't need to be in a throne room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or better yet, why don't you do it where it was supposed to happen?
Oh, that's it. Her carriage folds out into the Amerlin seat.
It's an origami seat.
It's a transforming seat.
See, I thought the joke from season 1 is that Moraine is the Amerlin seat. Because they're gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if you got it. I'm used to being spoon fed by my TV shows because they don't trust their audience. So I wasn't sure if you guys got the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hate this part too because literally, like in the books, you freaking hate. Okay, this is spoilers, right? Like so this other woman here, that's the speaker. He ends up being the next. Oh yeah, you've seen this. I mean, well, because isn't that she ends up being the next Amerlin seat?
No, what are you talking about, dude?
No, isn't that?
That's not Elida.
No, they've been calling her Elida.
No, they haven't.
Yeah, they have.
No, Jared, you're high. No, they both get deposed together.
I thought they were calling that woman right there Elida.
No, that's not Elida. That is not Elida. Elida has not yet been introduced to the show. You're high.
Okay, wait. It might be Leanne. Is that?
Yeah, it's Leanne. She's the keeper. She's the keeper, and she and Suwan both get kicked out together.
Okay, it's not as egregious then because basically I was like, okay, here's the thing: if that is Elida and she already knows that Rand is the Dragon Reborn, like they're playing it off like he's wronging her, and I'm this is dumb.
Thank you so much, William Richards. I did not know that Alana is in a throuple. Thank you for pointing that
out. Anyway.
Well, guys, I got to head out.
Keep going. Sorry.
Thanks, Jacob.
Yeah, thanks, guys, for having me on. It's great.
Hey, it's good to have you.
Okay. Thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah. Had a good time.
I'm going to try and make one of your Tuesday horror movie streams. I do have a thing on Tuesdays now, but so depending on the time, I don't have that schedule yet, but I know that it's on Tuesdays.
Okay, cool.
See you, man.
Yep, see you. Later, go. Have a good one.
We're going to have two Elidas now.
No, but basically, I mean, the Swan has been ridiculous the way that she's been reacting with Rand. Like,
she's literally been worse than Elida. She literally does the thing that turns the entire White Tower against Elida, which is making Aes Sedai swear fealty on the Oath Rod. That's literally the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Well, yeah, but on top of that too, like literally the thing that was great about the book and her in the book is that Swan's like, look, I know that you're the Dragon Reborn, right? So I need to let you know what your responsibility is.
Yes.
But I'm not gonna take away your responsibility, and I'm not gonna use you. Mm-hmm. I just want you to know how important your role is. And then she says, now go and do it. Like, get it done.
Yeah.
Whereas in this, she's literally like, well, this is I have to cage you. I have to cage you and use you like a weapon. And I was so frustrated when she did that because I was literally like, it's turning the Aes Sedai, or it's turning Rand against the Aes Sedai, which, I mean, he already doesn't like the Aes Sedai.
Right.
But it wasn't because of Swan acting the way that she was. That was the one redeeming quality where she actually believed in him.
Yeah. So to address this, though, Rafe Judkins has repeatedly said that Elida is his favorite character, and they're not merging her and Leandrin. I think they've already cast her, but they're not announcing the casting. But yes, Jared, what makes this worse is, and the reason that the show shills are defending it is they're saying, like, why aren't these people communicating? And you're like, but have you read the books? No one communicates in the books. Yes, because they're all separated by continents.
Right.
Right. They're all on different parts of the earth, and so they're not able to communicate. But every time they get together, they butt heads for a bit, and then they realize, oh, you've been doing this, I've been doing this, we need to do this.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the greatest scenes, like, at the end of the book when, like, after, like, all the crap has happened and Egwene and Rand meet up after, like, what is it, like 6 books? They meet up, and Egwene goes into the meeting saying, okay, I'm going to put Rand in his place because he's just a little sheep boy. And then Rand
No, it wasn't after 6 books. They meet up in the 4th book.
No, I'm talking about like the end of the. I'm talking about the Gathering Storm.
Oh, okay, yeah, sorry.
I don't know how many books it's been since they meet. They come together and go apart several different times. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the series, Egwene and Rand meet up, and Egwene goes into the meeting saying, "I'm going to put Rand in his place and tell him what he needs to do." And Rand goes into the meeting saying, "I'm just going to communicate with her." And they start off butting heads. It's wonderful, and then she literally has a moment where she's like, "Oh, I'm being prideful and stupid, and I'm not realizing that my friend has grown too." And then they talk. And it's wonderful. And she completely betrays all of her she went into the meeting with a whole bunch of stipulations that she has to obligations from the White Tower, and she reverts on all of them because she realizes that she was wrong.
Yeah.
And she tells Rand that he's allowed to break the seals, right? Yeah. Or no, he gives them to her, right? Oh, it's nuts. Okay. Anyway, crazy stuff. But yeah, the miscommunication in the books happens because the characters are not together. The miscommunication in the TV show, this was a very long-winded way to make this point. The miscommunication happens in this TV show because the show writers are idiots. Right. There is no reason why Moiraine and Siuan couldn't have talked for 2 seconds and straightened everything out.
Well, yeah. No, it's even worse than that because it implies it showed her writing letters, right, and then crumpling them.
Yes, no, they've been writing letters back and forth for 6 months,
long time, and she's been lying that she was stilled. He never told her in any of her previous letters that they confirmed that she got that she'd been stilled.
Well, okay, what makes it funnier? At the end of this episode, Siuan says, "You lied to me about being stilled." Do you remember what they say in this scene? Moiraine, how come you never told me that you're stilled?
Yeah.
Moiraine never told her. She just shows up in this scene and Siuan sees she can't channel.
That's true.
The entire crux of this episode was we're going to make Siuan think that Moiraine is a dark friend, and won't that be dramatic because they're lesbian for each other? Except they can't even do that right because Moiraine never told her that she was stilled.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I didn't think about that.
Well, but I think it's because Lan told her.
Yes, Lan tells Siuan.
Yeah,
but Lan is not.
Moiraine never did it. That was the whole thing. She thinks Moiraine is a dark friend because she's leaving with Lanfear, which we'll get into.
Yep.
They make Siuan think that Moiraine is a dark friend because she lied and she's working with Lanfear.
Well, yeah,
but she never lied.
And it's just dumb because literally in the books, none of this would have happened because, that's right, Moiraine and the Amaryllis Sea, they're both on the same page, and they say, Rand's got to go, and he's got to go on his own and do whatever he needs to go do. So let's get him his fancy clothes and get him on his way.
Hey, Salty Traveler, thanks for joining the stream, baby. And the show definitely revolutionized fantasy TV. Yeah, there's so much miscommunication in the scene, and this is the bad kind of miscommunication. That's just bad screenwriting. When the entire plot hinges on people not talking to each other, it's a bad plot. Oh, thanks for the $1, Salty Traveler. A slice of cherry pie for me. Thank you so much. How do you do, fellow Mexicans? Yes, we are all definitely real Mexicans. And if you want to become technically also a Mexican, you can become a channel member for just 99 cents. That's right. It comes with your very own sombrero and a diversity shield. Got room for another Mexican? Hey, become a channel member and we just might, okay? I'm definitely Hispanic.
Yep.
I don't know. That's so funny. That's good. We don't need plots.
That's great.
Oh gosh. Guatemala. Do I welcome Guatemalans? Absolutely, dude. I love Latin America. So, anything. I'll even accept Brazilians. Okay, my brother's in Brazil right now. I'll take your Portuguese speaking selves.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, this entire plot is just blah blah blah. We're not talking to each other, and so we're mad.
Well, and then anyway, yeah, keep going. We already talked about that.
Like, and there's and it's not that they don't have time. Like something interrupts them, so they don't have time to talk. Moraine just chooses not to defend herself at all.
Yeah,
she just doesn't tell. They just you lie. Whatever. I look Mexican. Does that count? Does David's not in Brazil? We have another brother who's in Brazil. Charles, our kid brother, is in Brazil. Women talking in hallways. Hey, you know what? It passes the Bechdel test.
I was just gonna say that. It's so stupid.
Okay, talking about stupid crap, and then we get kissy. Okay, we get Lan. We already talked about this scene ad nauseum. Lan prepping Rand for the scene. I love that they still tried to include the line so it looks like Lan has prepared you for our meeting. Like they pulled it from the books because hey, look, we read the books, guys. Except that it makes absolutely no sense because Lan did nothing to prepare for him other than give him a coat. Hostman,
you didn't tell him about any of the customs or anything like that.
You're from New Mexico. That's where we were from.
Yeah,
we were raised in New Mexico, but we're in Utah now. I'm from the 505, baby. That's what the 505 in my Tex-Mex name is, which you can't see. See? There you go. Now you can see it. 505, baby. Yeah.
And it's just dumb too that like he learned the sword, but like it didn't show him practicing or learning that at all.
Yeah.
Just that one phrase where he's like, "Oh, you know how to fight? Okay, teach me."
It was all of his training came from the crazy guy in the mental health hospital.
That's what's implied. But still, I'm like, it's dumb that's the way that they're going for it. It's like,
yeah, I can't wait for them to pull sheathing the sword out of their butts in this finale episode.
Oh, it's going to be David. We've already gone over this. He's going to be sheathing a sword, but it's not going to be his sword.
Oh dear.
Yep.
He's gonna bang a Shamael in his butt, David. So his sword is Shamael's butt.
Okay. We might. Oh boy, my gosh.
Yeah, I know that. Like, oh man, the scene in the books is so good. Lan just has some of the most quotable lines. That it's just inspirational, like teaching you how to be a man, and just wonderful stuff from the show. And this is like a 2-second scene where the line is almost used as an insult, like, "Oh, hey, face it on your feet, you big wuss," you know?
Yeah.
I'm a deeply closeted homosexual. Have you guys seen that? That joke? That was my favorite. Shoot, I'm just having a brain fart. My favorite stand-up comedian. He died. Norm Macdonald.
I didn't.
That was his favorite joke. He would pretty much anytime he went on a talk show, he would open. Not every time, but he would frequently open with that joke. He would break the ice, because it's always awkward. It's always scripted with the talk shows, and he would always break script. Yeah, Norm Macdonald. Oh man, I cried that day. I cried when he died. Such an influential man. Yeah, he would break the ice by breaking from the script and just saying, "Yeah, I've never told this to anyone, but I'm a deeply closeted homosexual." And the host would be like, "What? You're gay?" No, I'm not gay. It's. I said I'm deeply closeted. Yeah. I hope that's what you're referencing because it's just one of the great. It's such a good joke. Oh, Rand does kneel to a Shamail in the next episode trailer. Yeah, he does. So that means he's shielded for a fourth time. Who knows? Who knows? I love his book based on a true story book. Yeah, his autobiography, I guess, about as autobiographical as the Weird Al movie, where it's just completely made up. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we get nothing of the goodness from the books. Face it on your feet, and here's a coat. And ciao, my boy. Like these characters they're complete strangers. They haven't spent any time together.
Yeah, seriously.
Even the scenes that they were supposed to be together in season 1, they were separated.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, like, yeah, never mind. I was going to bring up a little thing that doesn't really matter much, but I just, I think I wanted to see more stuff about the dragon, right? Like the thing about this book that is constantly brought up by the Aes Sedai, by like Moraine, by Land. It's all about like, look, Rand, this is the this is the prophecy of the dragon. This is what you need to have. Like everything they did was all about, hey, you're the dragon, and Rand was always like, no, I'm not the dragon, until he proclaimed himself in the skies at Falma, right? So it's like, even to that point, he's still like second guessing the fact that he might be the Dragon Reborn, right? And so literally Moraine and the Amerlin Seat, like everything they're doing is trying to say, hey, here's a coat that has the heron, or that has like dragons on it, or like herons on it. And so it's like there's these little subtle things, like the clothes that they're giving him, or giving him the banner, that are you're showing him, hey, you're the Dragon Reborn,
and it's so intriguing too, because he thinks that they're trying to use him as a puppet, and it's like they're trying to proclaim me as a dragon, and they're just going to use me for political purposes, and in
the show they are.
Good point. It's such.
It retroactively makes this scene better, where Suan says, "You've had all this time and you've taught him nothing." Like, yeah, I agree, and I have a problem with it. Like, the books are so good.
Yeah, because seriously, like, there's all those little nuances that they're missing, and it's frustrating.
So then he goes in, and from this scene, talking about just ignoring all of the garbage plot and stuff, starting from this scene when he walks in to talk to the Amerlin Seat, the editing in this episode alone is insane. It is so poorly edited. The scenes will jump between characters, and they last like 15 seconds. Rand walks into the room. Suan says, "Hey, you're here to talk to me." Boom. Cut to a different scene. Cut to Matt. Matt is walking down a street, gets knocked out. Cut to transported to a completely different city.
This is stupid.
Say one line to a character. Cut to a different scene. Yeah. These characters get 2 lines. They talk to each other. Cut to a different scene. These characters get a couple lines of dialogue, cut to a different scene.
Holy crap, you're right.
It's breakneck. It's insane. It's really, really poor storytelling and editing.
Well, because again, I think, and this is kind of what we talked about the first season. The first season, like, they took so much time during the season to tell about these stories that weren't in the book and didn't matter as much.
And then rushed it at the very end.
And then they rush it at the end.
Yeah, and remember when everyone blamed it on the pandemic? Don't worry, guys. The finale was nonsensical because of all the reshoots and because they lost Matt. Yeah, no, it's just because they're bad storytellers. They're doing the exact same thing for the last 2 episodes here. It's just insane. It's whiplash. Exactly. Wait until next week. I'm actually excited. I halfway through this episode, I started having fun. Like I was just like, I've just given up, and it was pretty funny. Yeah, and the editing.
To be honest, I hate how much they've involved Lanfear and Ishamael at this point. Like, and maybe this is because, as a TV show, like, to be honest, there isn't a lot of like bad guys in the books until the very end, right? Like,
yeah, halfway through you get a bunch of Forsaken, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like in the first, in 2 and 3, like really, you have them following, the horn, right? And so they have this whole destruction about how that's kind of gone down, and then they run into Lanfear, but she's not Lanfear; she's just some random lady.
You don't even find out she's Lanfear till like the next book, or maybe the last chapter of this book.
Yeah, I think it's the end of book 3.
I think it's revealed in literally like the last page of book 2. They say, "Oh yeah, Celine, she was Lanfear. You need to be careful." It's either that or it's the first chapter of book 3.
No, you don't even find out in book 3 because I've read the first 3 books and that is not revealed yet, unless I missed it.
I think you missed it because I just reread it and it's book 3. Yeah, okay. Just read it. Corwin,
blame it on the audiobook.
It's the first chapter of book 3.
Yeah. But so literally, like, you have just this random woman, and then you have the Shan-Chan. So the Shan-Chan are a big part of. So they're the big villains, right?
Maybe it's Tom. No, this is Varen's not warder. Thomas is his name, right?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, this is Varen's guy, who's not a warder, and he's just there.
Interesting.
Yeah, you can kind of see his face, and it tracks because she's a dark friend, and that's not a spoiler anymore because the show just ruined the greatest plot twist of all time. Sorry, I'm just going to be saying that from now on. Varen's a dark friend.
So anyway, I feel like the problem is, a part of the problem is that they're trying to introduce these bad guys into the show that really aren't in the books until later, like book 3, like the end of book 3 or maybe 4. Yeah. But the problem with that, I think, is that they're taking away from the focus of the Shan-Chan, and the Shan-Chan were really like the biggest threat in those books.
Yeah.
And you really start to like, they're just bad. I mean, not entirely in book 2 and 3. It's definitely worse down the road, but yeah, they're not focusing on that and how dreadful that is as much, and why they need to, take care of that. They're focusing on, Lanfear's here, and we're getting to it. But then the scene where they're like, we've got to save Rand from Kyrian. So what does Lanfear do? She goes and burbs down the whole city, which is just dumb. Anyway.
Well, Rand asks her to.
Right. I know, but
okay, we are getting way ahead. I thought you were making a relevant point to what we were looking at on screen, and you just jumped to the end of the episode. Okay,
I know.
We got to talk about Rand getting zonked out in Kyrian, and within an edit, waking up in Falma, and then him asking, "How did I get here?" And Lanfear says, "It's my little secret," except that the show is already established that she doesn't have the ability to channel because she was upset about riding a horse and how slow it was, which she wouldn't have done if she could travel. Yeah, sorry, Corwin. She's a dark friend, but the show already spoiled it because they show her lying.
Yep.
All right, let's keep going.
Not my fault. It's not my fault. I didn't spoil it for you. Amazon did. Yeah, Corwin's on book 3. Sorry. Yep. Sorry, you should have read the books before the show came out. It's your fault. I didn't think they would spoil this crap. Varen's a bad. Okay. I can't respond to this comment. I plead the 5th.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably can't say anything here.
I will say she is a dark friend, and that's it. But keep reading because it's literally the greatest thing ever. So Yeah, I know. I guess technically, whatever. But still, even if she didn't lie, she was directly like working. It's whatever. I think that she slipped up. I think she lied. But
if she didn't lie, it makes her look like she lied.
And even if it's technically not a lie, it makes her look like a dark friend.
Right.
Even if it's technically not a lie. Yeah, read and find out, baby. Raffo, it's so good. But it's like book 13. Sorry, it's a ways away. Donuts. There's donuts in Falma, guys.
Hey, but we've talked about how this is actually in the future. So, maybe it's
funny. Some people were laughing about it. I think it's fine. It's donuts, whatever. It's funny.
I agree. I was kind of like, what? Donuts? But yeah, I agree. Like thinking about it in the future, it's possible.
Yeah, Corbin, get on, man. He's pissed.
That's funny.
Sorry, I ruined the books for you. I like Elaine. I think she's doing a good job, and I like that she tells Nynaeve that she's a freaking idiot. I think she's well cast.
Yep.
I agree.
She hasn't this is the first time where she's actually getting something to do. When she's just in the White Tower, I was not impressed, but I like her here.
Yeah, I think she's good.
So yeah,
and this part I wasn't upset about because
I'll throw the show a bone. It gives me a bone. I throw it a bone.
Yep.
They don't look jelly filled. They are not. They are not, in fact. So these are the ones. I don't hate those, Sean. I kind of like that design.
Yeah,
but they're the fancier ones look ridiculous. Talking
about the soldiers.
Yeah, the Shanchan.
Yeah,
there's two different tiers of soldiers. I kind of like this look. Some people don't like it, but the other one looks very silly. There's nothing to say about this other than okay. Then we get more binkies. You get to practice channeling. Can we talk about the American accents? They don't sound American. They sound like British people trying to do an American accent.
And
it's not good.
Is it intentionally supposed to be an American?
Yeah, the Shanchan are supposed to be Texans.
Huh.
They're supposed to talk with a Texan accent.
Okay, that's
it's interesting. But yeah. So I like that they went with American. I just wish that they picked Americans to pretend to be American. Like they're trying to talk with like the fantasy lilt. They're trying to make it sound epic, and it just sounds silly. They should just be talking like Americans, and it would be cool enough.
It's an interesting choice, I guess. Oh.
You don't mind how the Suldam look? Yeah, the Suldam look fine, except when their face is painted half and half. That's silly.
Yeah, I don't like.
No,
that.
I think that's fine. This look for her is a lot better than the black half, but I think that looks fine. It's just their Damani look ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's super inconsistent when they need the physical chain
also,
and when it's a magical chain.
Their binkies are all different sizes too. I don't understand. Why are they all different sizes?
Egwene here has got a big mouth, so
that's true.
He needs a bigger binky to shut that up.
All the better to. No, I'm not gonna finish that one.
Probably better not to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they do a thing. They talk, and have you we get to see. I don't know if you know this, but this character in the background was a sitter for the Blue Hacha. Or green. I don't know. I don't care.
No, I think it was
They've
Blue
only told
Hacha.
us 100 times. Yeah, it's blue.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. It's the blonde chick. She has a really tiny binky. The one that they've been showing. The angry one.
Corwin.
They what? What? It's that bad? It's that bad. I was actually like, you know what? Okay, some of the scenes are good. And then suddenly, I didn't watch this last episode, and now I find out that Baron's dark friend because they decided to spoil it. What the hell?
You haven't watched this episode yet?
Until like book 9.
It's like 13. Yeah. It's
the writers are obviously garbage.
It's Knife of Dreams.
Well, and there was
the last book that Robert Jordan wrote.
There was a comment too in the chat about how like she technically in the book lies too, but the thing that's masterful about that lie is you don't really understand that that's a lie because like she says, "Hey, Moraine sent me," but you don't know if she did or not. Like, so she could have been lying, but at the same time, you're like, you don't know that in that book. So the fact that they're showing these little things in the season already is it's hard. It's hard to swallow. I just think there's a more there's a more peaceful way of showing it or doing it, I guess.
So there
you go, Corwin. Just look for clues. Pretend it's a reread instead of your first read.
Right, but like in the book, now that I'm thinking about that, really, she's doing like a fantastic job.
Baron?
If she's like this evil person, she is doing a fantastic job because I'm thinking about all the interactions we've had with her in the books, and she doesn't, at least up until at least by book 4, she hasn't given anything away. Like she has the Emerilian seat, like the Emerilian seat completely trusts her entirely.
Yeah.
Right. So in the show, if they've already got her like making these little lies and kind of playing this little game already when she's not doing that at all, that's crazy.
Yeah, I can't talk about any of it without spoiling the better part of the spoiler. So I really only spoiled half of it, okay? Baron's a fantastic character, by the way. Probably my favorite non-main character from the books. And then
More so than Uno?
I mean, Uno's pretty great, but Baron is awesome.
See, that's why I hate that they killed Uno too. I'm just like,
I know, right? That was a straight FU to the book fans.
Yeah.
This is the scene that I was talking about. This was completely necessary. Hey, let's talk about the secret map. Oh, by the way, did you know my character's a lesbian?
Yep.
Why we have time for this, but we don't have time for Lan to teach Rand how to sword fight?
Yeah.
Screw off. Tuon is pretty good. Eventually, I don't like her at first. Like I think that's kind of the point. She's kind of introduced as a person you're not supposed to like, and then you're like, psych, she's actually dope. You know, it's kind of one of those things where like Robert wanted you to hate her and then fall in love with her. Yeah, Tuon's pretty great.
Interesting.
How far are you?
That's true. Yeah, but the reader doesn't know unless you're rereading. Sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm. I tell you right now, I'd have to get up. I'm about halfway through book 4. A little less than halfway.
Nice.
Book 4. Book 4 is tasty. How'd you like? You just finished book 3, and we haven't talked about it. How'd you like book 3?
I liked book 3 better than book 1 and book 2.
Right.
I liked book 3 better than
like structure-wise. It's so different, right?
Yeah, it's really different because book 1 and book 2 follow Rand.
Yeah.
90% of the time. And book 3, you are Rand for one chapter.
Yep. Well, and then a half dream chapter.
Yeah.
Midway through the book.
I mean, out of the 800 pages the book is, you're Rand for 20 of those 100 pages. I really, 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 really hate the Aes Sedai. I despise
pretty much everything about them.
They suck.
They remind me a lot of the Jedi.
At their worst.
6, where they believe they are gods, essentially. Like we're so powerful, we're so strong, nothing can touch us. The world revolves around us. And I mean that's
kind of the point. Is that it's kind of a criticism on it. It's the books illustrate that it's not that matriarchies or patriarchies are bad. It's that power corrupts, right?
Yeah.
So it presents a world that has a matriarchy, and it's just as crappy. They're making the same mistakes, if not worse mistakes. So it's a criticism on elitism and power. It's wonderful.
It was the one thing. It was the one thing of the Last Jedi that I liked. The only thing I liked about Luke's character, the only redeemable thing about the 3 sequels, were when he tells Rey like the Jedi's arrogance. The Jedi believe that they were the beginning and the end, essentially, and it was their arrogance. Their downfall. It's the same thing with the Aes Sedai, and I really hate. Like at the end of Book 3. You've got Matt, and again, the TV show has just absolutely annihilated Matt's character. Matt's character is
Remember season 1 when they blamed it on the pandemic?
Yeah.
The only reason Matt left his friends is because he was recast. Psych. Yeah. He's abandoned his friends 3 times this season.
Yep. Matt his character is an abomination to the book. It's not even the same thing. It's a complete 180.
He's a dark friend now.
100%. Moraine said he was born in the darkness or something, but he belongs to the darkness or whatever.
Yeah. So
there's we got a real fight going on in the chat about who's the worst character, Tuon or Fail. Yeah. Fail's the opposite. Fail starts off interesting and then gets bad, and Tuon's the other way around. Okay.
Are we talking about the book or are we talking about the show?
They're talking about the book. These are characters you haven't met yet. Well, you met Fail.
Egwene. Everything is Egwene. Egwene sucks.
They're talking about the books, but yeah.
Egwene's. I was getting that. Like at Book 3, I'll be real quick. At the end of Book 3, Matt goes in and saves. I can't even pronounce her name again. Nensai. I always Nenevieve.
Nynaeve.
It's like,
Did you say Nineveh?
Nineveh. Like, I can't even pronounce. That's how much I dislike her character, like entirely. Nynaeve. Like Matt goes in, saves Nynaeve, saves Egwene, saves the princess, whatever her name is,
Elaine.
And they are berating him for it. Like they are helpless at the end of Book 3. They are about to be killed, and he comes in with his superpower of luck and just kicks the crap out of this Forsaken dude for them, and they are bitching at it. Oh, I apologize. No, we're part of the chat. They're bitching at him for it, and he's like, "I just saved you. Like, we didn't need to be saved by a man." I'm like,
dude, the fireworks. It's so good. It's so good.
It's really good.
Oh, sorry. The illuminations. I got confused because the show just calls them fireworks.
See,
and Robert Jordan was very careful to never say the word fireworks.
It's kind of a thing. If you've watched the show, Trip, I haven't pronounced her name right for the past 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Nynaeve. I think I'm gonna just call her Nineveh. I think I'm gonna just call her Nineveh for the lack of better. It should be more interesting. Nineveh.
Matt says the word fireworks in Book 3. I'm pretty sure they stick with illuminations the whole time.
Nope, they're fireworks.
I was gonna say I think they do actually say fireworks in Book 3.
Okay. Most of the time they're called illuminations, but
they're running through the 4 gates or whatever, and they catch all of them on fire.
I don't remember him using the word, but I guess I'm wrong. I've been wrong before. I'm sorry, but I will fight you. I do like Tuan. She is my wife. So, don't pick on Fail. Oh man, there's so many chats because I was waiting on that one. But yeah, go on. You're mad.
Well, that's it. That's it. That's it. It's just garbage. They killed Matt's character, and Matt's one of my favorite characters in the book.
Yeah.
I hate Egwene. I hate Nineveh. I'm saying Nineveh now. It's just people have to get used to that. And Elaine is terrible. And then in the show, they've completely botched Min, but that's okay. Like, at this point, it's just kind of like.
David, you pointed out they did the moment we're seeing, they did the same thing for Min last episode, where they just had time to point out that she's a lesbian too.
Yeah, but never mind the fact that she is the only thing that keeps Rand from going insane in the books. Like, he mentions it several times.
It's funny you say that.
His anchor, but she's obviously a lesbian.
It's funny you say that, Corwin.
Heaven forbid there is a woman, a strong woman behind a main character man. Like, heaven forbid there's a first lady to the president, because that's essentially what Min is. And without Min, Rand would have destroyed the world. Like he says so himself.
Yeah.
But now we're going to make her a lesbian because why the not? I mean,
dude, Corwin, I can't wait for you to catch up in the books, because there's a certain moment in The Gathering Storm that I know you're just going to love. Because Min does keep it.
I have to take some breaks because, like, when you read a full series, sometimes you get a little bit
right. They blend together.
This past 2 months, due to the job nature that I have, and I'm on night shift, I have read Harry Potter's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just started 6, and I've read Wheel of Time 1, 2, 3, and I'm halfway through 4.
Nice.
Nuts.
Now, Brandon Sanderson just dropped his new book. So I'm going to have to pause reading Wheel of Time book 4 to finish that, and then I'll get back.
That's okay. I mean, season 3 hopefully won't come out for a while.
Yeah.
I'll finish book 4 here in probably like a week.
Season 3 drops in 2025. They're doing another 2-year wait. Yeah.
That's so dumb.
It's really bad marketing. Yeah. But it's doubtful whether it's going to get a season 4, so it doesn't really matter.
I was going to say, I don't see it getting any more.
But did you guys know that this character's a lesbian?
Oh, really? I didn't catch that.
Yeah. She likes ladies. See? Okay. Anyway, so Varen. Oh, this is a great point that someone pointed out. Varen's whole arc is she needs to look up ancient documents to find a waygate that has been hidden in this city and lost to the annals of time, so that Moraine can use the waygate to get Rand to Falma. And at the end of the episode, Suan just finds them.
Yep.
I thought that same thing.
When it took Moraine discovering ancient secrets for them to find it. But someone on Twitter said it's okay. It's because Moraine has a tell.
Yeah, but nobody but Nynaeve knows that tell.
Right? So. I don't know how Swan knows it. Maybe it's the fishy smell.
Oh goodness.
So this scene was really weird. This scene was weird. Hey, I don't want you to split up because there's a Forsaken. And then no dialogue whatsoever. They nod and then they split up.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about. Very confusing. I don't know why Ilana is in the story at all right now. I really don't know. She doesn't add a single thing to this episode. Her and her warders show up at the very end to help out and then immediately leave. I genuinely have no idea why they were in the episode.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's weird.
All right, I get it. They say fireworks, okay?
You were wrong, Alan. That's what they're trying to tell you. You were wrong.
I've been wrong once.
I'm just giving you crap.
It's not a tell, it's a smell, baby. There we go.
Yeah, I like Max. They're so chill about a Forsaken running around. Hey, there's a Forsaken. Let's split up.
See, now that makes a little bit of sense, actually. If it is a smell, Lan would have been numb to it by now because he's spending all his time with Moraine. That's why he couldn't detect the smell.
The Forsaken are supposed to be like mythic, like Cthulhu level, like eldritch horror creatures.
Yeah.
Was it Dane Cook that does the comedy about the I Know What You Did Last Summer horror trope where like the girls always like in the movies I Know What You Did Last Summer, they're always like, let's split up. And,
I don't know.
Creepy. I'm gonna get naked and take a shower so the murderer can just kill me. Like, what's going on? Like, that's them. Like, the Forsaken's here. Let's split up. I'm gonna just go eat a sandwich. Yeah.
This was so we talked about the editing being crap. This is my favorite example of that. This next scene is Leandrin shows up, talks to it starts with an A. I don't really care what her name is because she's a fake character. Says, hey, are you here to see Moraine? No, I'm here to talk to your son. Is her son, right?
Yeah.
Barthanes? No, I'm here to talk to him. And the scene ends. It's like a 5-second scene. And then we cut to Moraine because we were looking at her picture. The editing is so bad in this episode. It's a breakneck insanity.
In this episode, did Moraine and Leandrin get into a wizard fight?
Yep.
Is it any good?
Not Leandrin. Sorry. Suan. Moraine and Suan get in a fight.
Yeah.
Is it any good?
They're saving Leandrin for the finale.
No,
it's very pathetic. It's not even a fight, really.
No.
Suan is just a dark
friend.
We'll
get to that. Let's.
This starts the Lan Scooby-Doo plot where he gets to find out that she's not stilled, she's shielded, and everyone has known this. It's not a surprise. Blah blah blah. Have you ever wanted to kill yourself? No. Wow, that's suspicious. That's what this scene was.
Yeah.
And then 20 minutes later into the episode, we get back to the first scene, so no time has passed, right? 20 minutes in, we finally get back to the scene from the very beginning where Lan is talking to the Amerlin seat.
Yeah.
Good night. This is ridiculous. But the way that it's edited, it feels like a whole day has passed, and yet it takes place in the span of this conversation. Why do this editing? It's so bad.
Yeah, you're right.
Corwin, you're gonna love this. Rand meets with the Amerlin seat, and he says, "Hey, what are you gonna do to me now that everyone knows I'm the Dragon Reborn? I can channel, I guess." And rather than be smart, Suan Sanche just becomes a dark friend and says, "Our plan, the Red Sisters, they want to gentle you so you can't channel, but I want to use you as a weapon. So I'm going to put you in a cage and lock you up and save you for the last battle. And I'll only let you channel when I let you out of your cage, and you're going to be my greatest weapon in the last battle." She says that.
Yep.
Yeah, because that is totally the book.
To a man who can channel. And then he says, "That's not very nice." He starts to channel, and she attacks him with the one power, breaking the third oath. Now, some have argued it's because he was channeling, so she was afraid for her life. Wrong-o. Women can't see male weaves. She just straight up attacked him with the one power, breaking the Aes Sedai oaths, confirming, ding, 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 Suan Sanche is a dark friend. And then she has the audacity to get mad at Moraine at the end of the episode because she thinks that Moraine is a dark friend.
Yep.
And right after Lan says the most iconic line he's ever said in the books, whatever happens, face it on your feet. We get Rand kneeling for the rest of the episode.
Yep. Like this show is just garbage.
But you cannot say that this is
really in book 4.
This is intentionally symbolic.
Yep.
This is an intentional FU to anyone who read the books.
But if you complain, they'll say, "Oh no, we said the line. We're being faithful."
So also the fact that she can shield him is insane. First off, he was already embracing the Source, which makes it like 20 times harder to shield someone. If they haven't embraced the Source, it's a lot easier. But once they've embraced the Source, it's very, very difficult to shield anyone. You have to be super powerful. And he's the most powerful channeler in existence. And she can shield him with a wave of her hand. Bull crap. And then she says, "You're an animal. I hate you. I'm an evil person." And then we cut to Egwene doing a big channel. Oh, no, sorry. Not Egwene yet. Someone else does a channel. Then Egwene does a channel. And then we cut to a cat. Watch. Egwene does a channel. Oops. It shows a cat. And then it shows Loyal for literally like 3 seconds. And then back to Egwene. Like, this editing is so weird.
Yeah.
We get Egwene for a couple more seconds, and then we go back to Loyal. And that's when... Loyal's a prisoner, by the way.
Yep.
Loyal's a slave.
He's allowed to just walk around the markets.
Right.
Unguarded, unattended.
Yeah, because that happened in any of the books. Again, it's kind of why I just stopped watching the show, because it's not it's not even close to the books. It's not even anywhere. You can't even be like, "Oh no, this is just." It's not even. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah, the people defending the choice, they're saying, well, in the show, like, Rand hasn't learned how to use the one power yet. He's still a child with the power. And so it makes sense that Siuan Sanche would be able to shield him. Yeah, and that's also the problem. Rand has done nothing for 2 seasons. And it sucks. He's the main character. So stupid.
Yeah, like literally, that's what gets you sucked into these books. Is you're like, hey, this Rand character being the Dragon Reborn, having all this power and not knowing what to do with it, and then he just
not having anyone to teach him.
Yeah, not having anyone to teach him. Like, that's what sucks you in, is Rand and his character.
Yeah,
and it's just ridiculous that they have.
Sorry, I missed this wonderful comment. It's
the third
the oaths are more like guidelines, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the problem. These seasons, Max has a point to show everything Matt and Perrin. Again, Matt and Perrin are doing nothing that the original had the books.
Yeah.
But they don't need to be 8 episodes long. This doesn't need to be an 8-episode show. This needs to be a 12-episode show. You have the money. It's Amazon.
And if that's not a choice, if you only get 8 episodes, stick to the books, right? If you're getting less time, at least
you don't need to rewrite it. Like, you just need to adapt it to a screenplay. You've already been given it. It's already that you don't need to change stuff.
But from season 1, that was their excuse. Look, there's a lot of stuff that we just don't have time to cover from the books. And then season 1 spends 4 episodes on just completely made up stuff, right? At least season 1 followed a bigger percentage of book 1 than this season. This season has adapted 2 scenes from book 2. That's it.
That's pretty much it. Yeah,
it took episode 7 to get there. Episode 6 adapted the first scene from book 2, and episode 7 adapted the first scene from book 2. Someone pointed out it's 7 episodes, and we finally made it to the beginning of book 2.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to. I'm sorry I didn't log on. It's me right now. My wife's out of town, so I've got to take care of the kiddos.
Okay.
It's been kind of crazy.
Thanks for tuning in.
Sorry that I was a little bit late and tuned in a little late.
Honestly, though, if you're in the right frame of mind, the episode is quite enjoyable to watch. I was laughing a lot.
Oh, it's really hard for me to watch these as I'm reading the books because the show is so bad that I can't even enjoy it. And even though I was saying, oh yeah, it's already like it's a different show, it's a different thing. They're doing their own thing, whatever.
It is a different turning of the wheel, so it's okay that it's a bad, crappy wheel.
Yeah, I can't even. Anyway, all right, gentlemen, I will talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.
Right.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying? This is actually a different turn of the wheel, so it's not actually the same storyline, basically, as the books.
That's their excuse. Yeah,
that's their excuse. It's a different turning of the wheel. Just accept it for the garbage that it is. And then we get Ishamael talking to Matt and saying, "Hey, want to do some drugs? It helped me sleep." And Matt's response is, "Guzzle, guzzle, guzzle. I'ma drink that, boy." He doesn't Matt doesn't have a line of dialogue in this scene. It's just, "Hey, drink the tea," and then what's with the timer? He's like, you have 10 minutes to make your choice or whatever. Like, why?
That's the steep for 15 minutes is what I.
Oh, it had to. Okay,
he has to.
I wasn't paying attention at this.
But did you like his whittling of the thing? Is just like scraping this root that's not doing absolutely nothing.
He was scraping it into the tea.
Yeah, he was scraping it into the tea, but he was just. It was like so. Yeah, so pathetic. It wasn't getting it.
Yeah. But then we get transported to the Aiel Waste.
Yeah, for some reason. And they beat up Avienda.
Oh, it was so good, man. This scene is the perfect analogy for how the show understands the books. This is Rafe Judkins' understanding of Giotto. And do you remember why she had toe, David? What was the excuse?
In the show?
Yes, in the show.
Because
why does she have toe?
Perrin let her out of a cage?
No,
because she was defending herself.
She was busy fighting, and her friend got stabbed.
Yep.
Right.
So she has toe. She should have been busy fighting and making sure her friend didn't get stabbed. What?
Yeah,
I was busy defending myself, and that let her get stabbed? Aren't you? These are maidens of the spear. They are responsible for themselves. But she has toe because her friend was a bad fighter. And to restore her G, they have to beat the crap out of her. Because reasons, I guess.
Yeah.
See, this makes no sense.
It does make no sense whatsoever. And I was even more confused because when they were talking about toe, I thought she was describing her commitment to Perrin because he saved her life. So it even went even more over.
Right. That was the analogy. Yes. She says, yes, I have toe for you, but I also have toe for them. Right. I mean,
I don't know.
Perrin's an idiot. He could have just beaten her up this whole time, and her toe would have been gone.
No, I'm sure it had to be by these guys, but
yeah, this was dumb.
This is nonsense. This is not what Giotto is. They just beat the crap out.
And I hate. Well, yeah. Sorry.
The show is trying so hard to be Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they're trying to be dramatic.
And it's just coming off so silly. Then we cut back to Matt, without question, guzzle, guzzle, guzzle. I'm a drink that dark friend tea.
Well, so here's the thing with that. It's like with this whole Matt character, what he's trying to do is he's trying to understand who he is, right? He's trying to understand who he is and what he's supposed to be doing. But that's so dumb because, like, I mean, the book, he's not tormented like this, right? And so, like, why would you give him all this torment? And then I think it's dumb too that, like, this is the way that okay. So wait, so to know who he is, he has to see the vision of him being hung, and stabbing Rand, and there was another one, but those are things that, like, he sees later when he goes into the arches or whatever, right? Or the door.
Yeah.
And he asks the question. So, like, that was such a more. So anyway, I guess what I'm trying to get at is how does seeing those 3 visions about what's going to happen to him later tell him who he is? Like, I even watched the extra episode, and they're like, yeah, it's all about, like, embracing the evil and letting the evil in and being okay with the evil sometimes. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. You got to be okay with your evil?
It's literally the opposite of the message of the entire series. Yeah.
You've got to be okay with your darkness? That's not a good thing to tell people.
And that's not what this was. This whole purpose in this show of this mind trip vision is to show that Matt really is an evil, dark character at heart. That's his soul. He's a murderer. He doesn't care.
Do you like that he doesn't even try and escape?
Yeah.
He's left alone. He doesn't try and they couldn't even give him a scene where he tries to jump out the window and Ishamael's there saying, you didn't say the magic word.
Yeah. Yeah, they could have just completely destroyed Matt.
He just immediately drinks the tea. Look, if we're combining books 2 and 3, Matt's character is supposed to be, at this point, healed from... He gets healed from the dagger, and then the Amerlin seat talks to him and says, hey, yeah, you could be free if you wanted to. You could leave. Or you could go and save your friends because they're in big trouble.
Yeah.
And he goes...
And he has an opportunity. This is the opposite of Matt. In book 3, he has an opportunity to be rid of all of his troubles. He's healed from the dagger. He has like a writ from the Amerlin seat, or saying he can. Or he has to fake it or whatever, right? He gets it from the girls. He gets it from the girls. They give him one of their writs. He has a literal get out of jail free card. And all he wants to do is go back home and be done with all of this chaos. And he gives it up because he knows that the girls are in trouble.
Yep.
And he lays down everything, all of his chance of escape, knowing this is going to put him right back in the hands of people who want to manipulate him. He gives it up for his friends.
Yep.
When you think about where Matt's character is supposed to be right now, and this is what we've got.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
It's sickening. Anyway, Matt does drugs, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. He sees himself being hung, which is as close as we're going to get to the Aelfin and Ylfin. We see him drowning Rand or someone. We get to see my favorite part of season 1, where his mom tells him that he's just like his dad, and then he turns into his mom and screams at himself.
Yep.
Rand choosing to just stay on his knees.
I don't think he had a choice. I think that's...
You think he's being held with the power too?
Being held. Yeah.
So Swan Sanche is shielding him and holding him with the power?
Yeah, I think
the Dragon Reborn
Yeah, well, because it's seriously the same position later when he's in the cell and he's being shielded. So I think it's not.
And it takes one sister. Hey, Jared, I hate to burst your bubble, but in season 1, when they had Logain shielded, how many sisters did it take?
I understand what you're saying, Alan. I agree.
How many sisters did it take to shield Logain 24/7?
Showing here.
How much more powerful is Rand than Logain?
I agree. I think it's dumb, but that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
they're showing that he's powerless, and she's doing that to him. That's not his. That's not his choice to be on his knees.
But it's not consistent because when Logain sees Rand and he sees him all power up, glowy, he said, "Holy freak! You are channeling so much of the power. You are so much more powerful than I was."
Yeah, we said the same thing to Nynaeve. So,
yeah, it's
like the sun.
Super inconsistent. I need 3 people to shield Logain, and only 1 person here and later in the cells to shield the freaking Dragon Reborn.
And yet again, they have an opportunity to talk, and Moraine says nothing.
After seeing
every single character in the show is a dark friend.
Literally, she's seeing what is being done to Rand right there, and she's doing nothing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! And cut to him in the jail. Blah 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 blah. I hate this. La 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 la. Oh, and she gives him the idea too. It's not just his idea. She said, "Or hey, why don't you go ask Lanfear for help?"
So dumb.
Oh, yeah. So dumb. Let's just give Lanfear what she wants and directly cause the deaths of just so many people. And then, now it's been, what are we, 35 minutes into the episode, and then we jump back to the scene 20 minutes ago with no time has passed. They didn't move locations. They're sitting in the exact same place as when we cut away. This is bonkers editing.
Yeah.
No time has passed, and we're going straight back to where we were. And surprise, surprise, my little boy is a dark friend.
Yeah.
And his mission is to kill his mommy and his sister, his aunt. Oh. Moraine's dark friend.
He can take on an Aes Sedai all by himself.
Yep.
Moraine's dark friend with benefits nephew. Is the benefit sandwiches? Because I hope it's not anything else.
The benefit is finger curls on the other side of his haircut.
But mommy heard me. How did she have time to get down there?
I was thinking the same thing.
2 seconds ago, and she went through a secret tunnel, and then underneath the floor, oh man, it's nuts. And then we get more weird groomer Ishamael stuff.
Yeah.
Just being so incredibly awkward. I do like that they kind of explained his theology from the get-go, which doesn't come out later in the books. The whole I just want to break the wheel so that I just want to end it all.
Yeah.
Because it's very interesting, and you don't really understand him until later on in the books.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. He's like, I've been, why can't we just die?
Yeah, so Rand goes to sleep and asks a Forsaken, help me, please. And she's even dressed, she's dressed for the part, he's definitely being submissive, that's for sure. Help me, mommy. Help me. Oh, but she slays queen. She serves this scene. That's what the kids are saying nowadays. She serves.
That out there.
Blah, 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 blah. And then, oh my gosh.
That was dumb. And then, she just starts walking through the village, setting stuff on fire. What in the world?
What is this plan? This I know that a couple episodes ago I was saying at least, I mean, like if I can find one good thing, the music's pretty good. But the last 2 episodes have been garbage. The music, the scoring in the scene where Egwene was in the kennels was so bad and way too loud. Like it should have just been silent. There shouldn't have been any music in a lot of those scenes.
Yeah.
But it was like so manipulative. This is a sad scene now. It was like really, really bad. And this, when they go into this montage of, hey, I'm going to kill people. The music is horrible and the editing is even worse. Like, just talk about like the momentum of this in the show. This should be like the buildup, right? This should be near the end where you're like, the reveal is she's gonna go nuts, right? But if you're like they just don't know how to build tension. It goes from this. Look, I'm gonna ask you for help. Immediately, you see the consequences of that decision, right? There's no tension ever. It's, wait, he asked for help. What's she going to do? What's she going to do? And at the end of the episode, you figure out, oh, whoa, she's nuts. She's murdering people. It's, you immediately, there is no tension because you get question, you get answer. And then from here, it's building up, like the music is saying, oh, we're picking up steam. And the rest of this episode is going to be really exciting. Cut to people talking.
And staring at himself in a blade.
Yep.
He's checking himself out.
Oh, I gotta get this one hair.
Yeah.
Like this, the editing is just so insane. And I've said it so many times and I'm going to keep on saying it. This episode is so bad. At least they got Lanfear's outfit. Yeah, she serves. Okay. I don't know why these people are in the episode. It makes no sense.
Nope.
They literally do nothing. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, until the end.
We get the Scooby-Doo plot. Hey, do you see weaves? Yeah, I see weaves. And they're tied up like this.
Oh, what?
They look like this. They're cuddled up. Weavies. And then Lan is just a jerk to him. I guess he killed his friend. That's fine. Lan.
And then it goes back to the fire. Yeah.
Lan is like never showed emotion ever in the books, and he's just a whiny baby in this, and I hate it. And then from there, boom! Hey, we're back to the action. Oh, it's so exciting! Look, Lanfear's she blows stuff up. Boom, baby, boom. Oh, are we ready for? Oh man, what's going to happen next?
Yeah.
Walking across the Gaia waste.
People talking. And someone pointed out, so this is the first time I was able to watch this with the White Cloaks live stream. And someone pointed out, these are like the greatest warriors of all time. And where's a good scene? Maybe it's not this scene. They're walking on the top of the crest of a dune. It was earlier. It was earlier when we first saw them.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Blah, 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 blah. Here. Oh, when she first finds her sisters too, they're like, and Perrin sees her. Wow, you saw her from that far away? She's just sitting at the top of the...
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's hidden. I forgot to clown on this scene. Hey, you have good eyes. And she's just... she's just right there.
I mean, he's a third of the way behind rocks.
She's not behind them. She's in front of them, David.
I know. There's one little teeny rock. I said a third of her is behind rocks.
That's her arm. Or her leg. Anyway, so right after this, rather than being sneaky, they're walking on the top of the crest.
Yep.
If you know anything, that's not where they'd be walking. They'd be walking. Can you see my mouse?
Yeah.
Yep.
Their feet would be right here, and their heads would just barely peek over the ridge, because that's how you do things. If you want to be stealthy like Aiel are supposed to be, it's called like what is it? There's a name for that kind of travel through desert. Like the warrior's crest or something like that. I can't remember what it is. This is idiotic. This is how you die in any situation where you're supposed to be sneaky.
Yeah.
So,
well, to be fair, they're in their home country of the Aiel Waste.
So you would think that they would be better in it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they're in their home turf. They've got no enemies to worry about.
They're right next to Falma.
I don't know why they're in the Aiel Waste.
They can see. Apparently, you can see Falma from the Aiel Waste. Oh, but it was after
you're right. Yeah, you're right. They're not in the Aiel Waste.
Well, no, they were in the Aiel Waste, and then they make their way back to Falma by the end of it.
Just by walking?
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. I totally forgot that they saw Falma at the end.
You see the tower that Rand is going to fight in.
So I don't know where the freak they were supposed to be. The heck?
And this is
I don't think they know where
my absolute favorite part is rather than sneak up on this woman and
say, "Hey, what's up?"
Rather than sneak up behind her
and
collar her, Nynaeve taps her on the shoulder.
Maybe it has to be put on from the front. We don't know.
She taps her on the shoulder.
Then why wait till you're behind her?
Yeah. Wait. Taps her on the shoulder, steps back. Look, taps, steps back. See that?
Yep.
Lets her turn around. And then collars. Oh, no. She waits longer. Hey, you like my pretty bracelet? Surprise!
Yep. So dumb.
Yeah. Oh! They had to make her these people think that this makes her look cool.
And then they knock her out.
Because she needs to serve in this scene, right? Mm-hmm. She needs to slay Queen because she's the queen bee. So we need to give her a chance to have some zippy quippy dialogue so she can get her revenge on the Stranchan rather than be intelligent.
And her dialogue's great. Hey, what do you think of this bracelet?
Yeah.
You like my pretty bracelet? Surprise.
It felt very weird.
Oh, I hate that these things just appear.
Yep.
Yeah, and then they knocked her out. I'm like, okay, what was the point of that?
Why knock her out after the fact?
Yeah, why not knock her out and then put the collar on?
She's collared. Now you have to pick her up and carry her.
Yeah.
What is this show? They just want to. They got to have the strong independent woman do the strong independent woman scene. This scene was fine. It was her remembering, going back to her braid because it's all she has, right? And then oh, you my little pet. Turns out I'm going to kill you. And the music sting here was so painful and unearned, right?
It was very tongue-in-cheek.
It was like, guess what? You're being nice to me. I'm going to kill you. And it was like, oh my God.
Yep.
It was so painful to watch. It's called artificial that's not what it's called. It's emotional manipulation,
right?
And it's completely undeserved. Look,
right.
The point of television is to manipulate you emotionally, right? But you have to do a good job.
Right.
You can't just gaslight someone and then say, "Wasn't that great?"
Yeah, no, it's the equivalent to in Star Trek Into Darkness when he said the name is Khan, and then Darn. It's like
okay,
like that's
but
supposed to
no
be
one here knows what that means.
Yeah,
you're giving us a musical sting because I understood that reference.
Yeah.
But no one in this scene knows any idea who that is. So why it's so dumb.
Exactly, yeah.
Has any idea who that is, yeah. Blah, 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 blah. She does her thing. Oh, and then he just goes to kill his mom.
His aunt. Yeah.
It says that's his mom.
I know, but he goes to kill his
supposed
aunt.
to do his aunt first.
Yeah,
and then
his mom
yeah.
tricks her.
Wait, was Moraine still staying in the house?
No.
Well, yeah.
Moraine has been gone this whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was going to kill Moraine.
Did he think she was home?
Apparently
she was gonna be in a cell and she was gonna be asleep.
He just walks in. Don't you know this is how I got so rich? But this makes no sense too, because she was the one in the scene where she was talking to her sister saying, "Look what I did by myself. I scraped us. You left us in ruins and I had to pick up the pieces."
Yep.
Apparently she didn't do jack squat. It was all her dark friend's son.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap? I don't know why any of these people are in the show at all. They're not from the books. Blah, blah. I mean, Barthanes technically has is mentioned twice.
Yeah,
that's about it.
Well, that's the thing. They haven't done anything with the game either. The House of the Game of Houses.
Yeah, no, Jared. This episode is called Dales Damar. This is all Dales Damar. They've been doing it the whole time.
You're right, but that
Jared,
it really has nothing to do with it. Like seriously,
what do you mean, Jared? You're crazy.
I am crazy. I know,
Jared. You're crazy. They've been playing Dales Damar this whole time, man.
I mean, it's the episode name. I mean, of course.
Jared.
Sorry.
They didn't forget to close the toilet seat. You're crazy. They never said that. They've been doing Dales Damar. This is Dales Damar, Jared. It says it is.
I mean, and literally in the books, like the king's killed later. But
and this is the scene that I hate, and apparently a lot of people in chat disagree with me, but I think she straight up lied, and it's fine. We'll find out next episode. Either way, it's not a great look. And I don't know why, like, even Moraine should be questioning this, right? Moraine should be suspicious here. But she's not. And then even when it's revealed, right? When it okay. Sorry, we're not there yet. This is here's your map. Go get it. And then Alana shows up and then
they
leaves. Yeah. Why is she in this episode?
Yeah.
What was the point of any of it?
I love this part too that's coming up. Oh yeah, this is it. I think.
Yeah.
The whole town is burning, and then you've got all the Aes Sedai just sitting on the top of the wall, just waiting for doing nothing.
Also, you have patches of dirt on fire.
Yeah. Yep.
This is the gate that she blew up. And they stand on top of it. This is the city on fire. Look, they can't even zoom out. They can't even zoom out.
The buildings aren't on fire. It's the street in between the buildings that are on fire.
It's all covered in smoke. Because they can't zoom out any further because their sets are so small.
But yeah, I laugh here. It's like
do this. Like this is the kind of thing. This is the kind of scene you should be doing in the volume. Okay, your characters are staying still; they're not moving.
Yeah.
So put them in a volume. Build a little square. Stick them in the volume, and show the town on fire.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Amazon Studios has access to a volume.
Yeah, I think lots of studios are building them now.
Yeah, it's getting pretty standard.
Swan, they stole.
They link up just to blow out the fire.
Well, to make it rain, which is actually stealing a moment from Rand later in the series. Yeah. Whatever. What else hasn't been stolen from him? Wait, do we get a further? Yeah, nope, still the same shot. We can't zoom out any further. This tiny patch is on fire, guys. I love that the people are just running into the fire too. Like, silly. It's raining, it's pouring, still patches of dirt. This is the same amount of fire. Before and after, right?
Just less intense, yeah.
This is the before. This is the after.
Yeah, I felt like it didn't really help much.
It's the same amount of fire. And then her.
Well, and then this is the part that's confusing too. Swan's like, "Don't let him out of the city, no matter what. They can't leave this city."
And then she's the one that goes.
Yeah, and then she's the one that finds them.
But also, her concern, her first concern should be, wait, Varen lied? Varen's a dark friend?
Yeah.
Yerp.
And this is the ancient Waygate lost to time out in the open.
Yep. It's an alleyway that leads to this suspicious-looking formation that looks exactly like the other Waygate.
It kind of looks like it was just built into a wall. So I could see that being the case.
But it looks just like the other Waygate, and there aren't any other exits in that alley. It just ends there.
Yeah. It's just a thing.
Yeah, but I don't think this one's too egregious because I could see that being the case that they.
Right.
The city
was built around it being a functioning Waygate. It makes sense.
Exactly.
But like this space would be used, right? Hey, let's fill it with a shop or something.
And if it wasn't used, it would be like overgrown and stuff. I don't know.
I mean, in the book, it's in a garden, right? So it's in the back of the guy's house.
So then we get, hey, look at her. Do you see a knot? Hey, I see a knot. Do you know how to untie knots? No, that's too... Well, first off, sorry, I'm jumping the gun. First off, hey, Rand, can you open the Waygate? It's really easy. All you have to do is channel into it. No, that's too complicated. Okay, how about you do this more complicated thing instead, and then Moraine can do the easy thing and channel into the Waygate?
These are my exact thoughts. Yep.
Oh, wait, that thing is too complicated for you to do? You don't understand untying knots? Well, why don't you just cut through it then? Which, yeah, I initially had a problem with this, but I guess I confused it. Like later on in the series, Avienda discovers that you can like blow people up by undoing threads. But it's more specific than that. So I was like, if you cut through the shield, it's probably going to kill everyone there. But I was corrected. That's not the case. It was a specific thing where she was plucking individual weaves that caused a nuclear explosion. Mm. But at first I was mad at this, and now I just think it's dumb.
It's not a bad resolution and reveal, other than they did not earn getting to this conclusion, right? And it's completely unfounded and unnecessary.
Okay, but it took the entire season.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah. Also, it didn't work for anyone who's read the books. Everyone assumed, she's not stilled. She can't be stilled because the books. Well, I mean, it would be silly to assume that the show is trying to be faithful to the book. So that's, but I, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, right? Everyone knew she was just shielded. It was obvious. Right. So this only works for show, people who've only seen the show, and it's the entire season arc to do what? To tell you, hey, there's a difference between stealing and shielding?
Apparently so.
I don't know. What does it do?
I don't know.
Also,
but for me, it kind of felt like basically what they were doing is, oh, we're going to need Moraine to use the one power here, so we better actually give it back to her so she could do that. Like,
also, they spent the whole season doing an arc for Lan that they're just going to have to repeat unless they decide to, again, completely ignore the books.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dave, you're on book 4?
Yes, I'm on book 4.
Okay, read book 5, please.
Yeah. No, it's hinted heavily that that Lan.
Read book 5 so we can talk about it.
Okay, fine. I'm getting back to it. I held up on it just for this season, and now I don't care anymore. I'm going to finish the book series.
Okay. He cuts her. Oh my goodness, I can channel now. And then Swan Sanche finds them miraculously.
Seriously.
Immediately uses the power as a weapon again. She shields Rand effortlessly, attacks Lan. Okay, the wording is it has to be a last defense, right? Last possible. I should look up the wording. Okay, Aes Sedai 3 oaths. Let me get the exact wording. Never to use the one power as a weapon, except in the last extreme defense of her own life, or the life of her warder, or another Aes Sedai.
So really,
does this
Moraine
fulfill?
Would be using it. Should be using it.
Does this fulfill any one of those things? Let's even give her the benefit of the doubt and work on the assumption that she thinks everyone here is a dark friend, which she'd be correct, but that's beside the point. Is her life in danger? She sought them out. Is her warder in danger? Is another Aes Sedai in danger? I guess, is Moraine in danger of being influenced by these dark friends?
Yeah, it's nonsensical.
No.
She does that. And then... Well, no, it makes less sense because she knows she's not in danger because she doesn't attack Moraine. She talks to her.
Yeah.
Yep.
Close the gate. Why can't Suan close the gate? Why can't she do that herself? Who knows? It's because we want to do the Oath Rod thing. You know, the thing that makes her character evil. I can't believe they used it. It's literally a plot point from the books that justifies Elida's just sheer evilness. And they made Suan do it. So I agree with the people who are complaining about the show. I do think that the show is colorist. I think that Rafe Judkins is a racist. And shame on him for making Suan literally, shockingly, worse than Moraine.
Yeah.
In the show. All to build up to...
And she's literally being compelled there, too. Like,
yeah, it's compulsion.
Yeah.
All to build up to, you betrayed me. We were supposed to be scissor sisters. You were supposed to be my fishy wife.
Yep.
All of this wasted time, this entire season that's adapted 2 scenes from the book. I may be wrong. It might be 3. I think it's just 2. All of this made up plot so that we could have this moment.
Where Moraine follows Lanfear.
Yeah, I skipped that part because I wanted to get to this, but yeah.
Okay. I was gonna
Lanfear
say
shows up.
Glazed over that.
I know. I was making a point, Jared. I wasn't talking about Lanfear. I was talking about the betrayal.
I know, the betrayal. Stella!
Oh my gosh. So compulsion. Well, I guess is it technically compulsion if it's an oath rod thing?
Well, no,
it's being compelled by the oath rod. But it shows like weaves. It shows weaves appear and force her to do it. It's kind of silly.
I said compelled because that's literally what they used in the talk afterwards or in the extra.
Uh-huh.
They're like, yeah, it literally is compelling her, and I was like, yeah, that's dumb.
It's compulsion. Yeah, it's like a compulsion with extra steps, right?
Yeah.
I love I also love this. Lanfear, no, Suan, you can't fight her alone. She's too powerful. Also, I don't feel like helping. They probably could have tried fighting her together.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that would have been their first reaction when you see Lanfear show up. What are you going to do? If it's a Forsaken.
Yep. And Moraine does diddly squat.
I don't understand this choice.
Yeah, this part
just
really
stands there
like this
and
whole scene
watches. Boom. This was pretty satisfying, though. I did really like... It was a lame attack. It was just air. A blast of air that made her fall over. She didn't, like, knock into anything. Yeah, it wasn't as satisfying in retrospect. Oh, I fell over. And that broke her, I guess. I thought she shielded her again. It was going to be another shielding. But that's all she does. She hits her with a blast of air. And she's incapacitated for the rest of the 5 minutes of screen time. She's just laying there. She was just hit with a blast of air. That's it.
She's not bleeding here. All of a sudden she's bleeding at the end.
Yeah, she has a little bit of blood on her skull, on her forehead.
That's what you didn't.
Oh, not there either. You're right. It doesn't show up to the last scene. And never in my wildest dreams would I ever have thought. Like, the show's been nuts, right? It's just been just off the walls crazy with the plot that they're going with. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would see Lan, Moraine, and Rand teaming up with Lanfear.
Yeah.
To travel through the ways to Falma.
It's such a dumb way to get there, too. It's like, oh, okay, he's got to be in Falma. Okay, so this is obviously the way we got to get him there because we didn't follow the books. Like seriously, that's what I feel about this season is that because they've ignored so many plot points that literally all they're doing is playing catch up. They're like, okay. So now we got to tie this plot in and we got to say, okay, he's got to be in Falma. Okay, so how are we going to do that? Okay, let's get him to Falma. We'll teleport Matt. Let's see. Okay, well, Perrin can walk with Aida with the Aiel, and and we'll have Rand go with Lanfear. It's so dumb.
Yep.
Let me look up a map. Where was Perrin last episode?
Well, they came from the town that was attacked by the Shan-Chan, and
then they were in a convoy.
They took Avienda, and then they traveled. They were somewhere in between. I don't know if it said. So they were coming from Faldara, right?
Yep.
For 6 months, chasing Podon Fane. I think they went to. No, they didn't go to Kinslay's Dagger. Where did they go?
Did they even have Podon Fane in the beginning of this season? I don't even remember.
Yes. They had a vision of him.
Showed him very, very.
Perrin had a wolf vision. Hold on.
Well, they showed.
I'm going to pull up Amazon because they have their maps.
Oh no, he was in the town when Perrin was hiding. No.
The only other time we've seen him was when he comes out giving the gift of the horn to to the Sean chant.
He's in the cold open at the
table.
At the Dark Friend Social. He's in a vision with Perrin, and he shows up in Falma.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's the only times you've seen him.
So from the beginning of the season, for 6 months, he traveled from Faldara to...
Did they go through Tarvalin?
Freaking where is Falma?
No, he didn't go to Tarvalon.
So right here, I need like a... Where's the heck is Falma?
Falma is way on the end. The little.
See, I never looked at the maps when I was... Oh, there. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's on the left side.
It's even more confusing, too, because some of the maps have north turned 90 degrees.
Yeah.
They say north is, like, Falma is north, but...
So Falma's here.
Weird.
Faldar's here. That took 6 months. Was it Barrelon? No, Emmonsfield. They would have passed right by. Hold on.
They were in tier.
Almost Plain? Was it
They
Almost
have
Plain?
they have the extras on Amazon. I need to make sure it's on season 2. They have the cities that they're taking place in.
I think it was tier that the Sean Chan attack.
Tier?
First,
No, that's later.
That's on the south side.
Tier is supposed to be book 3. The Sean Chan attacked Falma.
I know, but what was the first town that they attacked and then abandoned to the White Cloaks in the show?
That wasn't the first town. So they land in Falma, right, with the tidal wave where they kill a little girl.
Yep.
And then the town that they attack is the same town where Perrin meets.
Right, but where is that?
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
I thought that was way...
It's either Tom and Head or... It's Tom and Head.
Yeah. I remember, because he says, I've got to go back to Tom and Head to...
Yeah, so it's right here. Okay.
So I guess that's not too far to walk.
From Tom and Head to the Aiel Waste. And then back to Falma?
I thought it was the Aiel Waste, but apparently it's not. Apparently they just buried it somewhere.
It makes absolutely no sense that the Aiel are traveling to Falma. They crossed the entire continent. The Aiel aren't supposed to show up until book 3 in Tyr, which is right next to the Aiel Waste. Yeah. These Aiel had to secretly, because no one has seen them, travel from across the entire continent to Falma.
Yeah. And that's why it's so confusing. I thought when they first announced that they were going to do books together, I thought because you have this whole thing about hunting the horn in book 2, and you have this whole thing, where Matt is in the background trying to fulfill the prophecies of the dragon and end up in Tyr. I thought they were going to split that out. Say, okay, half of the characters are in Fallen, half of the characters are in Tyr. And I don't know.
So I was wrong. So they couldn't have possibly traveled back to the Aiel Waste and then back to Falma. So they had to have been somewhere in like Almoth Plain, which makes the other point even more important. That why weren't they being sneaky on the dunes?
Right.
Because they're not in their home turf. Right. They're not safe, and they're just being ridiculous.
You're absolutely right.
Right. So they've got Tom and Head, Atuan's Mill.
That's where they picked them up.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's where they picked up.
That's the town.
These are
Tom and Head is the area. I know they're zoomed in, and then you got Falma. This is the same look. You got 3 maps of the same location. Look, Falma, scoot down a little bit. Tom and Head, scoot up a little bit. Atuan's Mill.
Yeah.
And then you got Eridoman, which is less important than Kyrian, which is what they've been talking about, and then the 2 rivers, right? They need to freaking zoom out.
Yeah.
Where's Kyrian? Why am I not
Kyrian
seeing...
is way
Kyrian's
over
on the right side.
Waste.
On the right side.
Right there.
That's what they've been teleporting back and forth that far?
Yeah.
Yep.
Between Falma and Kyrian and Tarvalin? Because there was that episode where I mean, that makes more sense that the Amerlin could go back and forth that fast.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're on your
sense.
map. They're on your map right there. There's Dragon Mount. That's where the fight was happening.
Yeah, I told you, Dragon Mount, Tarvalon.
Yep.
Right there, right there. Oh dear. I showed you the Reef Judkins tweet last week, right?
I wasn't on last week, so I couldn't answer that.
I don't remember which one you're talking about.
Okay. Talk about something.
Well, I mean, it's
pretty much
there's definitely been a lot of teleporting, which has been frustrating.
Yeah.
How do you do advanced search?
Yeah, we thought it was bad in the Rings of Power.
Oh, Rings of Power. Yeah.
Rings of Power, they were teleporting everywhere and riding their horse injured, across the map. This is far, far worse.
I can never organically find the advanced search feature. I have to Google it to get it. Okay. From his accounts, Rafe Judkins.
Yeah, so I think I don't have anything else to talk about.
Yeah, I'm quite disappointed. I definitely feel like they're trying to hit those key points, but they're just like jumping around to try and get there. Just to say, oh look, we're following book 2 and book 3.
Yeah, they're.
That's the other thing. Like what parts of book 3 have we seen? Like nothing.
Nothing at all. Declaring himself the dragon.
Yeah.
Or the intent to declare himself the dragon. That's it.
Yeah, which is all in book 2. I mean, so it's like.
Yeah.
I'm almost there. Boom.
Yeah, I think it's disappointing.
Chilling with a gin and tonic at San Diego Comic-Con before dinner. Anyone got Wheel of Time Season 2 questions? Well, since most of the main characters split up geographically at the beginning of the Great Hunt, will the next season keep them on parallel timelines for a convergence at Falma? In which case, the Portal Stones left a time gap. Don't worry about Portal Stones. That's not going to be in the series. 4 months from Rand's group. Easier to do on page or film?
Oh, yeah, you did share this one. Yeah.
Time gaps are very difficult moving into the medium of television, with the stories intercutting. But we will try to do as much as we can to avoid 1 hour cross-continent dragon flights.
Yeah, how about split-second cross-cut?
How about literally cut between Kyrian and Falma in a split second?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, we got to get Matt from Kyrian to Falma.
Yep.
It's like...
She's got her ways.
What an arrogant son of a bitch.
Well, see, the problem is because they're all split up already, right? Like the point is book 2, they all head out on the Great Hunt to the same direction out towards Falma, right? So like all 3 of those guys are in the same place, and then the girls are in the White Tower. So all you have to keep track of is, okay, the girls are in the White Tower, the boys are on their way to the Falma, and then the boys take a little bit longer to get there because of them messing around in the Portal Stones, right? But eventually they get there, and then the girls get there because they go through the Waystones, because Leandrin
They go through the ways,
takes them through the ways. So it's like, okay, that makes sense because they're going through the ways. They're trying to save the boys who are there.
The time jump is used to explain, is to give the girls more time to do White Tower training.
Yeah,
so they're training in the White Tower and then pretty much basically teleport to the city through the ways. It takes a little bit longer. And then Rand and Matt are chasing down the Horn, and they do a Portal Stone. And and accidentally lose 4 months of time. And that's to say, oh, but the girls spent that training and then did their thing.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
this is all one timeline. All of the characters have connected now. They weren't taking place at different times. This was taking place in real time. And somehow Moraine and Swan Sanche were writing letters back and forth for 6 months. Perrin was chasing Podon Fane for 6 months while writing frequent letters to Nynaeve to the White Tower.
Yeah, forgot about
that. Rand was just pissing himself for 6 months. He got some poontang. I'll give him that. Way to go, Rand. And Matt was in prison.
Yep.
Is that it?
Yeah.
That's about it.
Oh, and the girls were training in the White Tower for 6 months. And apparently it takes 6 months to be asked the very difficult question, what are all of the elements?
Yeah.
See, it makes sense in the book. Like, they get training done in the 4-month time gap. And they do a time gap in this one and don't do anything with it.
Yep.
This show is pathetic.
It's disappointing for sure. Like, that's the thing at this point. Like, here's the thing. I was going into this season thinking, all right, like maybe this season will be better than season 1 because they got a lot of criticism with season 1, right? So maybe they're already saying, okay, we got to listen to what they said in season 1 and we got to fix it in season 2 and stick to the books. But now with this season already going this far from the books, I am like season 3. I'm definitely considering not even watching any of it. Even for here's the thing, Alan. If you required us to watch it for this show, I don't know if I would want to do a single episode.
It's just it's beyond fan fiction. It's like a wet dream. It's just Rafe Judkins' Spank Bank. That's it.
It's weird.
He gets off on this.
Yep.
Anyway, I'm exhausted. In the last 42 hours, 24 times 2 is 48. In the last 48 hours, I've had 2 hours of sleep.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Well, because I made a brisket. It's my fault. I did a brisket and I recorded music. I have officially recorded all of my vocals.
Nice.
That's great news.
Unless there's something not up to snuff and I have to redo a take. I've recorded all of my songs.
Nice.
Good for you, man.
Now we are just mixing and mastering and fine-tuning. And I hope... I know we should be done by Dragonsteel. We will definitely have like a digital release. I can have a QR code. I would love to have a physical copy at Dragonsteel, which depends on. It takes like about a month to print those out and get to me. So we're cutting it close.
Yeah.
I don't know. But
cool. Good for you.
That's pretty good. Yeah, 15 years of my life.
Also, it must be good news that you have your channel still. So I mean, I know I came in late, but
I still have a strike. It's been well over 10 business days, but I still have a strike.
Really?
Hopefully, it'll be released Monday. But because maybe they count Friday, yeah. Because I did it on Sunday. I did the counterclaim on 2 Sundays ago, and it's 10 business days, so it's 5 and 5, and so maybe like the end of Friday was the last day, and now technically they get the weekend to demonetize my channel.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we won't go until later.
This is still for the season 1, episode 1.
No
Logic, right?
No, that one's out. I paused season 1 because I was behind. So this is my episode 1 for season 2.
Okay.
I was going to do season 2 while it was relevant, and then go back and do season 1 at my leisure.
Right. Yeah.
The season's over, and I'm finally getting my first video out. Sometime next week, hopefully, if they follow the rules. Who knows what the rules are? Screw YouTube. Anyway.
Pretty ridiculous.
Well, thanks for tuning in. This has been a fun show. I really have to poop. It is. It is coming out. Go check out Shelf Help Gaming, and bye.
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 And now it is time to say goodbye.
We had a great conversation.
It's been fun. But all good things must come to an end, and the goodest ending I can think of is...
Right now, this moment, this night.
So I guess we just say goodbye.
So, goodbye.
Toodaloo. Au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Ding dao day. But come back next week for more outrageous bloopers.
This is the end.
Well, there's only one thing left to do.
I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.